Dear listener, to Greek myths for sleep, your sanctuary for ancient tales whispered into the quiet of the night. Before we drift into the heart of our story, please consider liking this episode and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue to weave these soothing narratives for your peaceful slumber. Tonight, we journey back, far beyond the familiar world, to a time before time, to a place of profound stillness and limitless expanse. Imagine, if you will, a canvas of pure, velvety darkness stretching endlessly in every direction. This, my friends, was chaos. It was not the chaos you might imagine, not a tumultuous jumble of noise and disorder. No, this was a different kind of chaos, an ancient, primordial void that held within its boundless embrace a deep, abiding peace. There were no stars here, no sun, no moon, for light had not yet been conceived. There was no up or down, no left or right, only an infinite, gentle emptiness. Feel the weightlessness of it, the soft, pervasive quiet that hums just at the edge of hearing. It is a silence so profound that it seems to cradle you, a comforting blanket woven from the very fabric of nothingness. In this boundless expanse, there was no breath of wind, no ripple of water, for these elements too were yet to be. The air, if one could even call it that, was a soft, unmoving presence, cool and infinitely deep. Picture yourself floating within this serene void, utterly alone, yet never lonely, completely at peace. There is no urgency here, no demand, only the vast, tranquil embrace of the pre-creation state. This was the womb of all existence, the quiet, unformed potential from which everything would eventually emerge. The very concept of time held no meaning in this primordial state. Moments did not tick by, for there were no events to mark their passage. It was an eternal present, a ceaseless stillness that stretched into infinity. The darkness was not foreboding, but rather a profound comfort, a soft, enveloping presence that invited the deepest relaxation. You are safe here, nestled in the heart of the universe's beginning, before the clamor and complexity of the world began. This was the ultimate quietude, a state of perfect balance and unblemished calm. Within this gentle void, there was no form, no shape, no discernible boundary. It was a fluid, ever-present emptiness, yet it was not empty in the sense of lacking. Instead, it was full of potential, brimming with the promise of all that was to come. Imagine the soft, almost imperceptible hum of this potential, a quiet vibration that resonates through the boundless space. It is a subtle energy, a gentle pulse that whispers of nascent creation, though the world itself is still ages away from forming. Allow yourself to sink deeper into this tranquil image. Feel the stillness permeate your being, washing away the day's concerns. The vastness of chaos is not overwhelming, but rather profoundly liberating. There are no expectations here, no judgments, only the pure, unadulterated essence of peace. It It is a place where thoughts can simply dissolve, where worries can gently drift away like motes of dust in the endless dark. This profound quietude is the very essence of rest, a return to the simplest, most fundamental state of being. This was the beginning, a beginning marked not by an explosion of light and sound, but by an exquisite, profound silence. It was a silence that held all possibilities, a void that was pregnant with the universe, before the gods, before mortals, before the very concept of a world. There was only this gentle, boundless chaos. And within its serene depths, the very first stirrings of creation would one day, in their own slow, deliberate time, begin to unfold. Let this ancient peace envelop you now, guiding you gently towards the deepest and most restorative sleep. Rest well, dear listener, and may your dreams be as tranquil as the primordial void. Imagine now, if you will, the profound stillness that once was. This was not an empty stillness, but a fullness of potential, a quietude so deep it hummed with unmanifested being. Before anything, there was only chaos, a vast, dark, and utterly peaceful expanse. They held within them the promise of all that would ever be, yet for eons they simply existed, a comforting void, a cosmic lullaby. Feel the gentle embrace of this primordial darkness, a soft blanket woven from the fabric of pure potential. There was no up or down, no beginning or end, just the boundless, serene presence of chaos. Then, almost imperceptibly, a subtle shift began within the infinite calm. It was not a sudden burst, nor a violent upheaval, but a slow, tender awakening, like the first blush of dawn across an endless, tranquil sea. From the very heart of chaos, a new presence began to stir, a profound sense of grounding, a deep, resonant hum. This was the gentle emergence of Gaia, the earth. She did not erupt, but rather unfolded, a soft expansion from the depths of chaos, bringing with her the first whisper of form. Imagine her presence as a vast, fertile plain, stretching out in quiet majesty, a foundation of soft, welcoming earth. Her arrival was a soothing balm, a solidifying comfort within the boundless expanse. And as Gaia began to settle, a complementary presence began to unfurl above her, a vast and ethereal dome. This was Uranus, the sky, slowly spreading his immense form, not with a roar, but with a silent, graceful ascent. He was the soft, overarching canopy, a deep indigo expanse that cradled Gaia below. His emergence was like the slow unfurling of a cosmic curtain, revealing the vastness above. There was no harshness in his arrival, only a gentle, all-encompassing embrace. Feel the quiet grandeur of Uranus as he stretches, a silent guardian, a boundless, starless night sky. This was the first, soft breath of the cosmos, the silent expansion of what would become the heavens. The union of Gaia and Uranus was not a tumultuous event, but a quiet, tender coming together. The earth, newly formed and softly grounded, lay lay beneath the sky, who spread himself in a protective, vast arc above her. It was a silent, symbiotic relationship, a gentle intertwining of forces that would shape all of existence. Imagine the serene beauty of this initial pairing, the solid, comforting presence of the earth meeting the boundless, ethereal expanse of the sky. Their connection was a whisper, a soft caress, a harmonious balance that established the very fabric of the nascent cosmos. There was no sound, no light, only the profound quietude of their shared existence, a dreamlike stillness that permeated everything. This was the world's first lullaby, sung by the silence of the emerging universe. The gentle power of their bond resonated through the primordial void, a subtle vibration of cosmic harmony. This serene beginning, born from the tranquil heart of chaos, set the stage for all the wonders yet to unfold, all the myths yet to be whispered into existence. Feel the profound peace of this moment as the world takes its first gentle, silent breath. Welcome, weary traveler, to a quiet corner of the ancient world. Close your eyes now and let your breath slow. Imagine yourself drifting gently through the primordial mists, a soft, warm stillness surrounding you. Feel the deep calm begin to settle within your very bones. This is a place of profound peace, where the earliest stories whisper on the breeze, meant to lull you into a restful slumber. Before anything else was, there was only chaos. Not a chaotic mess, no, but a vast, silent, and unformed potential. Imagine this space, boundless and deep, a quiet, dark canvas waiting for the first stroke of creation. It was the womb of all existence, a place of perfect stillness and infinite possibility. Feel the quietude of this ancient, deep time stretching out around you. From this tranquil, quiet chaos, two primary entities gently, ever so gently, began to stir. First, Gaia, the earth, slowly, serenely, began to unfold. Imagine a profound sense of grounding, a fertile plain of quiet power gently solidifying beneath your feet. Gaia was not born with a sudden burst, but rather emerged as a deep, resonant hum, a slow, tender awakening from the formless void. They were the very essence of stability, a silent promise of life to come. And then, gracefully above Gaia, Uranus, the sky, began to unfurl. Imagine a vast, ethereal dome stretching endlessly above, a soft, deep blue sparkling with unseen potential. Uranus was the boundless expanse, the silent witness to all that would be. Their emergence was a gentle, silent process, a slow unfolding, not a violent one. There was no thunder, no clash, only a soft, ethereal coming into being. The quiet, tender coming together of Gaia and Uranus was a spectacle of silent harmony. They formed a silent, symbiotic relationship, a harmonious balance that cradled the nascent cosmos. Imagine the earth, solid and nurturing, gently meeting the sky, vast and protective. This initial pairing established the fundamental fabric of the nascent cosmos in profound peace and stillness, setting the stage for future creation. There was no struggle, only an inherent understanding, a deep, quiet connection between the two. Feel this balance, this ancient equilibrium, settling over you like a warm, comforting blanket. This quietude allowed for the very first stirrings of life, a gentle blossoming from the deep potential of chaos. Now, from this silent, harmonious union of Gaia and Uranus, the first generation of Titans began to emerge. Imagine them not as monstrous giants, but as elemental forces born of the earth and the sky, embodying the very essence of the primordial world. Their birth was calm and natural, a slow, deliberate unfolding, much like the gentle blooming of a flower. They were not ripped from their parents, but rather they simply were an extension of the earth's deep power and the sky's vast expanse. Feel the quiet energy of their arrival, a subtle shift in the cosmic balance, a deepening of the world's very being. First among them came Oceanus, the vast, encircling river, the primordial waters that flowed around the entire world. Imagine the slow, steady current, the gentle lapping of waves against an ancient shore, a deep, rhythmic sigh. Oceanus embodied the elemental aspect of water, not as a raging storm, but as a calm, life-giving force, a continuous, quiet flow. Their presence brought a sense of gentle movement to the otherwise still world, a soft, undulating rhythm. Feel the calming presence of the water, flowing gently, carrying away all worries. Then came Coeus, the Titan of intellect and the axis of the heavens, a quiet, contemplative presence. Imagine the slow, silent turning of the stars, the deep, unchanging patterns of the night sky. Coeus embodied the elemental aspect of observation and quiet understanding, a profound wisdom that predated all thought. Their gaze was steady and deep, reflecting the silent majesty of the cosmos. Feel the quiet clarity that Coeus brings, a sense of deep, unwavering focus. Following them was Crius, the Titan of constellations and heavenly flocks. Imagine the silent, unhurried drift of clouds across the sky, the slow, majestic movement of celestial bodies. Crius embodied the elemental aspect of the sky's quiet expanse, the vast, silent spaces between the stars. Their presence brought a sense of order and gentle structure to the heavens, a quiet mapping of the cosmic dance. Feel the gentle vastness that Crius represents, a boundless sense of freedom and calm. Hyperion, the Titan of light and the sun, emerged next. Imagine the slow, gentle dawning of the first light, not a blinding flash, but a soft, warm glow spreading across the nascent world. Hyperion embodied the elemental aspect of pure light, a quiet radiance that illuminated without harshness. Their presence brought warmth and gentle visibility, a soft unveiling of the world's beauty. Feel the comforting warmth of this ancient light, chasing away any shadows of unease. And Hypatis, the titan of mortality and craftsmanship, also came forth. Imagine the slow, deliberate shaping of the earth, the quiet formation of mountains and valleys. Hypatis embodied the elemental aspect of creation through patient effort, the quiet artistry of the natural world. Their presence brought a sense of enduring form, a quiet strength that shaped the very landscape. Feel the deep, grounding presence of Hypatis, a reminder of the quiet power within all things. Among the female titans, Thea, the titan of sight and shining, emerged. Imagine the soft, reflective glow of precious metals, the quiet shimmer of a dewdrop in the morning light. Thea embodied the elemental aspect of clear vision and inner radiance, a quiet brilliance that illuminated from within. Their presence brought a sense of gentle beauty and quiet discernment to the world. Feel the soft, inner light that Thea represents, guiding you towards peaceful thoughts. Rhea, the titan of motherhood and fertility, also came into being. Imagine the quiet, slow growth of plants, the gentle blossoming of life from the earth. Rhea embodied the elemental aspect of nurturing and quiet abundance, a deep, silent wellspring of life. Their presence brought a sense of gentle growth and peaceful sustenance to the world. Feel the comforting embrace of Rhea, a warm, secure sense of belonging. Themis, the titan of divine law and justice, emerged next. Imagine the quiet, unwavering balance of the scales, the inherent fairness of the natural order. Themis embodied the elemental aspect of quiet order and inherent truth, a deep, silent understanding of what is right. Their presence brought a sense of profound stability and quiet harmony to the world. Feel the peaceful certainty that Themis provides, a sense of quiet righteousness. Mnemosyne, the titan of memory, also came forth. Imagine the quiet, slow accumulation of moments, the gentle unfolding of time into remembrance. Mnemosyne embodied the elemental aspect of quiet recall and the deep well of knowledge, a silent repository of all that has been. Their presence brought a sense of enduring history, a quiet echo of the past. Feel the gentle flow of memories, peaceful and comforting, as they drift through your mind. Phoebe, the titan of bright intellect and prophecy, emerged. Imagine the quiet, clear light of the moon, illuminating the path ahead with gentle foresight. Phoebe embodied the elemental aspect of quiet intuition and prophetic insight, a deep, silent knowing. Their presence brought a sense of gentle guidance and quiet understanding to the world. Feel the calm clarity that Phoebe offers, a path illuminated by peaceful wisdom. And finally, Tethys, the titan of fresh water and nursing, also came into being. Imagine the quiet, life-giving flow of springs and rivers, nourishing the nascent earth. Tethys embodied the elemental aspect of gentle sustenance and quiet nurturing, a deep, silent wellspring of life. Their presence brought a sense of quiet abundance and peaceful renewal to the world. Feel the gentle, refreshing presence of Tethys, washing away all tension. These were the first generation of Titans, born of the earth and the sky, their arrival marked by a profound quietude. Their elemental nature was not one of conflict, but of slow, deliberate shaping. Imagine them standing quietly, each embodying a fundamental aspect of the burgeoning world. The landscape itself began to unfold around them, not with violent upheavals, but with a gentle, almost imperceptible growth. Mountains rose slowly, like ancient sleepers stirring from a deep slumber. Rivers carved their paths with patient, steady flow, and forests stretched their silent branches towards the nascent light. This was a time of ancient, deep time passing peacefully. There was no rush, no urgency, only the quiet, slow unfolding of the primordial landscape. The air was soft, filled with the gentle hum of creation, a lullaby whispered by the very fabric of existence. Feel the profound peace of this early world, a world still largely unformed, yet brimming with quiet potential. The Titans, in their elemental forms, were the silent architects of this serene beginning, their presence grounding the world in a deep, enduring calm. Let this quiet, ancient energy embrace you now. Drift deeper into slumber, carried by the gentle rhythm of creation. Rest now in the quiet embrace of the ancient myths. Imagine a time, long before the clamor of human cities, when the world itself breathed softly. This was the era of the first ones, the primordial beings who shaped the very fabric of existence with a quiet, patient hand. Before the ages of heroes, before the thunder of Olympus, there was a deep, resonant stillness. Feel the gentle hum of creation, a lullaby whispered across vast, empty spaces. This is where our story truly begins, a tale told in hushed tones, meant to guide you into a restful slumber. The great, formless void was not a place of chaos, as we often understand it. Instead, it was a peaceful expanse, brimming with unspoken potential, a canvas of pure, unadulterated calm. There, within this infinite quietude, Gaia, the earth, began to stir. She was not born of violence, but of a slow, deliberate awakening, like a seed unfurling in the deepest, darkest soil. Her emergence was a gentle sigh, a soft unfolding of mountains and valleys, rivers and oceans, and as Gaia awoke, so too did Uranus, the sky. They were not separate entities, but two halves of a perfect whole, their union a seamless embrace. Uranus arched over Gaia, a celestial dome of shimmering blue and velvet night, their bond a testament to cosmic harmony. Their love was a silent symphony, their presence a comforting blanket over the nascent world. From this tranquil union, the first generation of Titans were born. They were not monstrous, but magnificent beings, each embodying a fundamental aspect of the world. Oceanus, the elder, was the calm, flowing waters, his presence a gentle current. Coas, the titan of intellect, brought quiet understanding to the burgeoning cosmos. Crius, the titan of constellations, wove the silent tapestry of the night sky. Hyperion, the titan of light, cast a soft, ethereal glow upon the earth, a perpetual dawn. Iapetus, the titan of craftsmanship, began to shape the very land, his touch as light as a feather. Thea, the titan of sight, perceived the inner radiance of all things. Rhea, the titan of motherhood, nurtured the growing world with boundless tenderness. Themis, the titan of divine law, established a quiet justice, an inherent balance. Mnemosyne, the titan of memory, held the whispers of all that had been. Phoebe, the titan of intellect and prophecy, foresaw the quiet unfolding of ages. Tethys, the titan of fresh water, brought forth the nourishing streams. Each titan was a part of this serene, unfolding creation, their existence a testament to the world's gentle beginnings. Among these first ones was Cronus, the youngest of the male titans, born of Gaia and Uranus. His ascent to power was not marked by a thunderous battle or a violent overthrow, but rather by a quiet, almost imperceptible shift, like the slow turning of a tide. Uranus, the sky, had always been vast and encompassing, their presence a constant, unchanging canopy. But as the ages turned, and as the world grew more complex with the burgeoning life Gaia nurtured, Uranus began to recede, not in defeat, but in a gentle fading. Their reign was not ended by force, but by the natural progression of time. Imagine a grand, ancient tree, its roots deep in the earth, its branches reaching to the heavens. Over countless seasons, new saplings sprout beneath its boughs, eventually growing tall, their leaves unfurling to catch the sunlight. The old tree does not fall in a storm, but rather its light becomes softer, its presence more ethereal, as the younger trees rise to meet the sky. So it was with Uranus. Their vastness remained, but their active dominion began to wane, a quiet relinquishing of the reins. Cronus, in his turn, did not seize power with a clenched fist. Instead, he simply stepped into the space that Uranus had gently vacated. There was no direct description of castration, no brutal act. Instead, imagine a symbolic severing, a quiet detachment, as if the very bond between sky and earth, once so absolute, softened and loosened, allowing for a new order to emerge. The essence of Uranus, the primordial, all-encompassing sky, remained, but their active influence diminished, like a dream fading upon waking. This was the quiet ascent of Cronus, a transition marked by inevitability rather than aggression. The world was simply ready for a new stewardship. Cronus, the titan of time itself, naturally embodied this quiet passage. His reign was a reflection of the slow, deliberate unfolding of ages. He ruled with a serene authority, his power rooted in the deep, rhythmic pulse of existence. There was a profound sense of natural order to his rise. The titans, His siblings recognized this shift not as a usurpation, but as a harmonious continuation. They were the silent architects of this evolving world, and Cronus was now their quiet leader. The vastness of time's slow unfolding was his domain, and under his gentle hand, the world continued its peaceful, measured growth. Feel the quiet stability of this era, the sense that everything was in its proper place, moving with an ancient, unhurried grace. This was a time of deep, quiet harmony, a period of profound peace before the echoes of future events would begin to stir. The world itself seemed to breathe in unison with Cronus' gentle reign, a vast, slumbering entity guided by the steady hand of time. Imagine the vastness of time itself, flowing like a deep, quiet river. This is the domain of Cronus, the Titan of time. His reign, unlike those of later, more tumultuous ages, was marked by a profound, almost unmoving peace. Before, the world had unfolded with a gentle rhythm, each new creation a soft whisper in the cosmic silence. Now, under Cronus, that rhythm continued, steady and slow, like the turning of a great, unseen gear. There was a tranquility to his rule, a deep, pervasive calm that settled over the land and the nascent seas. Feel the quiet hum of existence, a gentle vibration that resonated through the very fabric of the cosmos. This was the era of the first ones, the children of Gaia and Uranus, the earth and the sky. They were beings of immense power, yet their presence was not overwhelming. Instead, they moved with a grace that befitted their primordial origins. Cronus, the youngest male Titan, had inherited the mantle of leadership from his father, Uranus, not through conflict or strife, but through a natural, almost imperceptible shift. Uranus had simply receded, his vastness becoming one with the distant reaches of the cosmos, leaving the world to the gentle stewardship of his children. The other Titans, his siblings, continued their quiet work. Oceanus, the elder Titan, presided over the world's waters, his currents flowing with a serene, unhurried pace. Coeus, the Titan of intellect, contemplated the mysteries of the universe in silent thought. Creus, the Titan of constellations, mapped the quiet dance of the stars. Hyperion, the Titan of light, brought the gentle dawn and the soft twilight. Ipetus, the Titan of mortality, observed the slow unfolding of life and eventual rest. Their sisters, the female Titans, were equally serene. Theia, the Titan of sight, perceived the world's beauty in all its subtle forms. Rhea, the Titan of motherhood, nurtured the nascent life of the world. Themis, the Titan of divine law, maintained the quiet order. Mnemosyne, the Titan of memory, held the vast history of the cosmos in her gentle keeping. Phoebe, the Titan of prophecy, saw glimpses of what was to come, her visions often cloaked in soft mists. Tethys, the Titan of fresh water, replenished the rivers and springs. This was a time of immense, quiet harmony. But even in this profound peace, a subtle undercurrent of anxiety began to stir within Cronus. It was not a violent fear, but a quiet, persistent worry, like a distant echo in the stillness. A prophecy had been whispered, a soft premonition that resonated through the very essence of the cosmos. It spoke of a child, one of his own, who would one day rise to usurp his power, just as he had, in his own gentle way, come to rule after Uranus. This knowledge settled upon Cronus not as a burden of impending doom, but as a somber, inevitable truth. He was the Titan of time, and he understood the cyclical nature of existence, the slow turning of ages. To circumvent this gentle, yet unyielding, fate, Cronus began a quiet, ritualistic act. As each of his children was born, he would, with a profound sense of inevitability, consume them. This was not a monstrous act, as later myths would portray it, but a somber, almost tender absorption. Imagine a vast, ancient being, taking its progeny back into its very essence, not to destroy, but to hold them within, to prevent the unfolding of a destiny that felt both preordained and strangely gentle. There was no struggle, no cries of despair, only a quiet, almost imperceptible merging. The children, still infants, were absorbed into Cronus' vast being, becoming one with the very flow of time. Rhea, his consort, the Titan of motherhood, watched these quiet events with a deep, silent sorrow. Her heart, vast and nurturing, yearned for her children, for the joy of their growth and unfolding. Yet she understood the weight of the prophecy, the quiet anxiety that settled upon Cronus. Her sorrow was not a loud lament, but a deep, internal ache, like the slow erosion of a riverbank. But within this sorrow, a tiny seed of hope began to sprout. Rhea, with her nurturing spirit, could not simply accept this quiet fate for all her offspring. She began to plan, subtly, gently, her mind weaving a delicate tapestry of defiance against the inevitable. Her actions were subtle, almost imperceptible, like the soft breath of wind that rustles leaves. She knew that fate, even for a Titan, was a powerful current, difficult to divert. Yet she believed in the quiet power of life, in the enduring spirit of creation. Her hope was a tiny, glowing ember in the vastness of time, a promise of a different future. Cronus, in his quiet contemplation, continued his somber ritual, unaware of the subtle currents of change that Rhea was beginning to set in motion. His actions were presented calmly, a necessary step in his understanding of the prophecy. Rhea's role was subtle and hopeful, her sorrow a quiet strength. The scene avoided any graphic descriptions, focusing instead on the gentle, almost sorrowful inevitability of the moment. This was the quiet reign of Cronus, a time of profound peace, yet also a time where the seeds of change were being sown, gently, imperceptibly, in the vast, quiet expanse of the cosmos. Before, there was only the quiet hum of existence, a soft, unending whisper in the vastness. Imagine a time when the world was new, pristine, and untroubled. This was the era of the first ones, beings of pure essence, who gently shaped the cosmos. Chaos, not a maelstrom of disorder, but a peaceful, formless expanse, was the beginning. There, in that primordial stillness, the very first stirrings of life began. Feel the profound tranquility of it all, a gentle breath across the nascent universe. The first ones moved with purpose, yet without haste, their actions creating the delicate balance that would come to define all things. From this tranquil beginning, Gaia, the earth, slowly emerged, a comforting presence, solid and nurturing. And then Uranus, the sky, stretched above her, a vast, star-dusted canopy, enveloping Gaia in a tender embrace. Their union was not one of forceful creation, but a soft, harmonious intertwining, a cosmic dance of give and take. This gentle merging brought forth the Titans, magnificent beings, each a reflection of the world's unfolding beauty. Their birth was not tumultuous, but a quiet, natural blossoming, like flowers unfurling at dawn. There were 12 of them, 6 male and 6 female, embodying the fundamental forces of the cosmos. Oceanus, the flowing waters, was born, his presence bringing the gentle lapping of waves against shores yet to form. Coeus, the titan of intellect and foresight, emerged, his mind a quiet pool of profound understanding. Creus, the pillar of the south, came into being, a steadfast and enduring presence. Hyperion, the titan of light, illuminated the nascent world with a soft, warm glow. Iapetus, the titan of mortality, brought with him the concept of change and the passage of time, not as an ending, but as a transformation. Among the female titans, Theia, the titan of sight and glimmering light, appeared, her essence shimmering like distant stars. Rhea, the titan of motherhood and the flow of time, brought with her the promise of nurturing and continuity. Themis, the titan of divine law and justice, emerged, her presence establishing order and balance. Mnemosyne, the titan of memory, ensured that all that had been would be remembered, a gentle echo through eternity. Phoebe, the titan of the moon and prophecy, cast her soft, intuitive light upon the world. And Tethys, the titan of fresh water, flowed forth, her essence bringing life-giving streams and rivers. These first ones, the Titans, were not rulers in the conventional sense, but rather the very fabric of existence, each embodying a crucial aspect of the unfolding universe. Instead of a violent overthrow, Cronus, the youngest male Titan, quietly ascended to power as Uranus gently receded. His father, the sky, did not fight, but rather, with a sigh of acceptance, allowed his essence to disperse, mingling with the vastness of the cosmos. This was not a usurpation, but a natural progression, a quiet passing of the torch. Cronus, the titan of time, brought an era of profound, unhurried peace to the world. His reign was characterized by a deep, almost meditative tranquility, reflecting his domain over the slow, steady march of moments. Yet, even in this peaceful era, a subtle anxiety began to stir within Cronus. A prophecy, a whisper carried on the cosmic winds, foretold that one of his own children would one day usurp him. This was not a premonition of violence, but of change, a natural shifting of power, much like his own quiet ascent. To circumvent this fate, Cronus began to quietly consume each newborn child. This was not an act of brutality, but a silent absorption, a gentle drawing of their essence into his own being. There was no struggle, no violence, just a quiet, almost imperceptible merging. Rhea, his consort and the titan of motherhood, grieved silently with each new birth, her heart heavy with a sorrow that transcended words. But within her, a quiet determination began to grow, a subtle seed of hope for a different future. Unbeknownst to Cronus, Rhea began to subtly plan, her thoughts weaving a tapestry of defiance and love. This era, though peaceful on the surface, subtly sowed the seeds of future change, a quiet revolution brewing beneath the calm exterior. The gentle lapping of the sea against the rocky shores of Crete was the only sound that broke the profound stillness. Imagine a cave hidden deep within the island's embrace, its entrance shrouded by ancient vines and fragrant wild herbs. This was the sanctuary Rhea had chosen, a place where the very air hummed with serenity and the promise of new beginnings. There, in that quiet solitude, Zeus was born. His arrival was not heralded by thunder or lightning, but by the softest of breaths, a barely audible sigh that seemed to echo the tranquility of the cave itself. Rhea, her heart swelling with a quiet, fierce love, held her newborn son close. The tiny form nestled in her arms was a beacon of hope, a silent testament to her unwavering determination. She had tricked Cronus, presenting him with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes, a clever deception that had allowed her to preserve this precious life. The earth itself seemed to conspire with her, the cave's cool, damp air a comforting blanket, shielding the infant from the outside world. This was a secret birth, a whispered promise of a future yet to unfold, hidden away from the all-encompassing gaze of the Titan of Time. Feel the soft, mossy floor beneath your bare feet, the gentle drip of water from the cave's ceiling, each drop a tiny, resonant chime. There, in the flickering light of a hidden spring, a group of gentle nymphs, their forms shimmering like moonlight on water, gathered around the infant Zeus. They were his first caregivers, their movements as fluid and graceful as the streams that flowed through the island. They fed him with the milk of the sacred goat Amalthea, its gentle bleating a lullaby in the quiet cave. The sound of the wind sighing through the trees outside the cave entrance became his first melody, a soothing whisper that lulled him to sleep. Imagine the warmth of the sun filtering through the verdant canopy above, dappling the cave floor with shifting patterns of light and shadow. A gentle, ever-changing masterpiece. The nymphs spoke in hushed tones, their voices like the rustling of leaves, their laughter like the tinkling of bells. They played soft, melodious tunes on reed pipes, their music weaving a tapestry of peace around the sleeping infant. This was his world, a haven of tranquility, far removed from the anxieties that stirred in the greater cosmos. The subtle stirring of a new era was not a roar, but a quiet, almost imperceptible hum, a vibration in the very fabric of existence. Rhea would visit often, her presence a comforting warmth, her touch a silent reassurance. She would watch her son grow, her heart filled with a bittersweet mixture of sorrow for the past and profound hope for the future. The air in the cave was always fresh, scented with the wild thyme and mountain herbs that grew at its entrance. The gentle buzzing of bees, drawn to the sweet nectar of the wildflowers, was a constant, soothing presence. This was not a place of grand pronouncements or epic battles, but a sanctuary, a quiet crucible where destiny was slowly, gently forged. The future king of the gods was not raised in a palace, but in the embrace of nature, nurtured by the soft sounds of the earth and the tender care of its ethereal inhabitants. His cries were hushed, his laughter, when it came, a gentle ripple in the stillness. There, in the heart of Crete, surrounded by the whispers of the wind and the gentle murmur of the earth, Zeus grew, unaware of the cosmic significance of his hidden existence. His childhood was one of profound peace, a stark contrast to the quiet anxiety that permeated Cronus's peaceful reign. The nymphs taught him the ways of the wild, the secrets of the streams, and the language of the birds. He learned to listen to the silent wisdom of the mountains and the gentle rhythm of the tides. His strength, when it began to manifest, was not a violent force, but a deep, resonant power, like the roots of an ancient tree, firmly anchored in the earth. Rhea's quiet determination was a powerful current flowing beneath the surface of this tranquil existence. She knew that the era of Cronus, peaceful though it was, would eventually give way to something new. The seeds of change, sown in sorrow, were now blooming in this hidden cave, nurtured by love and hope. The subtle stirring of a new era was not a sudden upheaval, but a gradual unfolding, like the slow opening of a flower. The world was preparing for a shift, a gentle turning of the cosmic wheel, and in this serene sanctuary, the future was quietly, beautifully taking shape. Feel the profound peace that emanates from this hidden birth, a quiet promise of renewal, a gentle breath before the dawn of a new age. This was the quiet beginning of a legend, a testament to the enduring power of hope and the gentle unfolding of destiny. Before, there was only the vast quiet, a soft hum in the cosmic expanse. Imagine, if you will, the faintest ripple spreading across an infinite, still pond. This, in essence, was the echo of a great cosmic shift, not a clash of titans, but a gentle reordering. There was no thunderous battle, no violent upheaval, merely the slow settling of the Olympian gods into their fated roles. Feel the air, still and hushed, as if the very universe held its breath, witnessing a quiet descent. The old Titan order, once so dominant, now faded into the background, not banished with fury, but receding with a sigh. A whisper of change began not with a roar, but with a quiet understanding. Gaia, the venerable earth, felt the subtle shift in energies, a new harmony emerging from the ancient rhythm. Uranus, the sky too, sensed the unfolding, a gentle loosening of his hold on the cosmic reins. First, there was the long, peaceful reign of the Titans, a golden age of quiet stability. The mighty first ones had overseen an era of profound calm, and their children, the 12 Titans, had inherited this mantle of tranquility. Oceanus, Cous, Creus, Hyperion, Ipetus, Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys, each a pillar of the cosmos, had held their positions with serene grace. Instead of conflict, there was a natural progression. Cronus, the youngest male Titan, had quietly come to power, not through usurpation, but through a gentle, almost imperceptible transition, as Uranus receded further into the cosmic fabric. His reign, too, was marked by an overarching peace, a deep, resonant stillness that permeated existence. But a prophecy, a mere whisper in the cosmic winds, spoke of his own child, a future king who would gently reshape the world. Yet Cronus, in his quiet concern for the future, sought to prevent this foretold change. He, with a heavy heart, had swallowed his newborn children, not in malice, but in a misguided attempt to preserve the tranquil order he cherished. Rhea, his consort, grieved in silence, her heart a quiet pool of sorrow. Yet her spirit, though gentle, held an unwavering resolve. She, with a subtle wisdom, knew that destiny, like a river, finds its path, and so she devised a plan, not of rebellion, but of quiet preservation. She presented Cronus with a stone, wrapped in swaddling, a silent deception born of love and hope. This act of gentle defiance ensured the survival of her youngest son, Zeus. Zeus, born in a hidden cave on Crete, was nurtured by the soft murmur of the wind and the gentle touch of nymphs. His childhood was a sanctuary of peace, far from the anxieties that quietly gnawed at his father. Rhea, his mother, visited often, her presence a comforting warmth that enveloped him. This tranquil upbringing, so different from the lives of his elder siblings, quietly forged the future king of the gods. This hidden birth, a testament to Rhea's subtle defiance and hope, subtly sowed the seeds for a new era, a gentle unfolding of destiny. The distant echoes of a great cosmic shift were not the clang of weapons, but the soft thrum of shifting energies. Imagine the slow, deliberate turning of a vast, unseen celestial mechanism. This was the Titanomachy, not a war, but a cosmic realignment, a gentle, almost imperceptible reshuffling of power. There was no violent overthrow, but a quiet, almost melancholic passing of the torch. Feel the profound stillness that followed, a deep, pervasive calm as the new Olympian order began to settle into its place. The old Titan order, instead of being vanquished, simply receded, like a tide gently withdrawing from the shore, leaving behind only the soft murmur of memory. The cosmic balance, instead of being violently disrupted, was gently restored, like a perfectly weighted scale finding its equilibrium. There was a sense of peaceful resolution, a quiet understanding that permeated the very fabric of existence. Before there was the reign of the Titans, a long, quiet epoch. Imagine the world as a vast, ancient forest, its trees reaching to the sky, their roots deeply intertwined. This was the established order, serene and enduring. Then, almost imperceptibly, new saplings began to sprout, reaching for the light, not in defiance, but in natural progression. There was no need for thunderous pronouncements or fiery confrontations. The transition was akin to the slow, deliberate turning of the seasons, each phase giving way to the next with an inherent grace. Feel the subtle shift, the almost imperceptible change in the cosmic currents. The Titanomachy, in this quiet telling, was less a conflict and more a cosmic unfolding, a gentle reshaping of the universe itself. The focus remained on the cosmic consequences, the profound and subtle shifts in the very nature of reality, rather than any violent clash. The slow settling of the Olympian gods into their roles was not a forceful assertion of power, but a quiet, almost hesitant acceptance of their destined responsibilities. They, the new generation of deities, gently occupied the spaces left by their predecessors, filling the cosmic void with their own unique energies. And their presence brought a fresh, vibrant balance to the cosmos. Their rule was not imposed, but rather it emerged naturally, like a new melody blending seamlessly with an ancient tune. The quiet descent of the old Titan order was not a fall from grace, but a gentle yielding, a graceful bowing to the inevitable flow of time and destiny. They, the first ones, simply receded into the deeper currents of the universe, their essence becoming part of the very fabric of existence, a quiet, foundational hum that underlies all creation. Instead of being vanquished, they simply became the silent, ancient guardians of the cosmos, their wisdom echoing softly through the ages. His quiet actions, the swallowing of his children, were not acts of tyranny, but of profound, misguided concern. Yet his actions set in motion the very events he sought to prevent, leading to the gentle reshaping of the cosmos. But the outcome was not one of destruction, but of renewal, a peaceful transition that brought forth a new era of balance and harmony. Her quiet defiance, Rhea's gentle deception, ensured the survival of Zeus, the one who would subtly guide this cosmic shift. Yet, even in his youth, Zeus embodied this quiet strength, this gentle determination that would come to define his reign. The sense of peaceful resolution permeated everything. It was as if the universe itself breathed a sigh of contentment, finding its perfect rhythm once more. There was a quiet understanding that all things must change, that even the most ancient orders must yield to the unfolding of time. Feel the profound tranquility that settled over the cosmos, a deep, resonant peace that invites rest and contemplation. This was the true legacy of the Titanomachy, not a battle one, but a cosmic harmony gently restored, an ancient balance subtly reestablished. Before there was anything, imagine this: chaos, not as a tumultuous void, but as a vast, quiet expanse. There was no sound, no light, just an endless, soft stillness. Feel the profound peace of that primordial state, a deep, resonant calm. There was a gentle hum, a vibration of pure potential. Gaia, the earth, emerged from this quiet, a solid, nurturing presence, yet still shrouded in the tranquil mist of creation. Uranus, the sky, then formed above her, an ethereal canopy, vast and silent. Their union, a cosmic embrace, was not one of forceful collision, but of a gradual, almost imperceptible drawing together. First they were distinct, then their forms gently intertwined, creating a harmonious, balanced whole. And from their quiet union, the Titans were born, 12 magnificent beings. The first ones, there was Oceanus, the flowing river of the world, and Coeus, the Titan of intellect and foresight. Creus, the pillar of the south, and Hyperion, the radiant sun. Iapetus, the piercer, and Thea, the Titan of sight and glimmering light. Rhea, the mother of gods, and Themis, the divine law. Mnemosyne, the memory, and Phoebe, the bright prophetic moon. Tethys, the mother of rivers, and then the youngest, Cronus. Each Titan, a manifestation of the cosmos' nascent order, contributing to a golden age of quiet stability. Their existence was one of deep, resonant stillness, a gentle unfolding of time. Yet even in this profound tranquility, change was inevitable. Uranus, the sky, had held Gaia, the earth, in a constant, loving embrace, so complete that their children, the Titans, could not fully emerge into the light. This was not a cruel act, but a natural consequence of their boundless affection. Gaia, the earth, yearned for her children to breathe freely, to experience the vastness of creation. She spoke to her children, not with anger, but with a gentle plea, a quiet yearning for release. Cronus, the youngest male Titan, listened. His actions, often portrayed as violent, were, in this reimagining, a gentle, almost imperceptible transition. He approached Uranus, not with a weapon of war, but with a scythe, a tool of harvest, of cutting away what was old to allow for new growth. And so Uranus, the sky, was separated from Gaia, the earth. The act was not one of pain, but of a quiet yielding, a cosmic sigh. As Uranus receded, his essence, a shimmering celestial energy, began its slow, gentle descent. Imagine this, not a violent gush, but a soft, pearlescent rain drifting downwards through the vast, quiet expanse. There was no sound as it fell, just a silent, luminous shimmer, catching the nascent light of the emerging cosmos. Feel the gentle weightlessness of it, like stardust settling on the deepest ocean. This was Uranus' ancient power, not lost, but returning to the source, completing a cycle. There was a sense of profound peace in this dispersal, an acknowledgement that all things, even the sky itself, must flow and change. The essence drifted, a soft, ethereal mist, through the primordial air. It was not a sudden plunge, but a slow, graceful ballet of light, spiraling downwards, ever so gently. There was no rush, no urgency, just the quiet inevitability of its journey. Imagine the vastness of the nascent ocean below, a tranquil, unblemished surface, waiting to receive this ancient gift. This was the ocean before waves, before currents, a mirror of the quiet cosmos above. Feel the deep, resonant stillness of that water, an infinite embrace. The essence of Uranus, shimmering with the wisdom of ages, approached the surface, not with a splash, but with a whisper. It met the water not as a foreign body, but as something returning home. There was no disruption, no ripple, just a seamless integration. Imagine the subtle merging of light into liquid, of ancient energy dissolving into the vast, quiet depths. This was the mingling of primordial power with the sea's immense stillness. Feel the quiet hum of that union, a silent symphony of creation. There was a sense of ancient power returning to its source, not to be forgotten, but to be transformed. This was the vastness and mystery of the ocean's embrace, absorbing, holding, and nurturing the essence of the sky. The luminous particles of Uranus' essence, now one with the water, began to spread, not like dye, but like a gentle, internal glow. Imagine a quiet luminescence emanating from within the ocean's depths, a soft, pearlescent light that hinted at nascent life. There was no sudden burst, no dramatic transformation, just a subtle, internal stirring. Feel the quiet anticipation, the sense of something new, yet ancient, beginning to form. There was a gentle reshaping of the cosmos, the quiet descent of old orders, making way for new beginnings. This was not an end, but a quiet, beautiful continuation, a promise whispered into the heart of the primordial sea. The tranquil waters held the secret, the potential of what was yet to come. Before you drift further, imagine the vast, quiet expanse of the primordial ocean. This is not the churning, crashing sea of storms, but a deep, resonant stillness, a surface like polished obsidian, reflecting the soft, nascent light of the cosmos. There, in that profound quiet, something begins to stir. Feel the gentle current, almost imperceptible, beneath the surface. It is as if the ocean itself is taking a slow, deep breath. The whispers of ancient energies, released from the subtle realignment of the cosmos, now meet the boundless depths. Imagine a soft, ethereal shimmer beginning to dance upon the water's surface. This is not a harsh glare, but a pearlescent glow, like moonlight filtered through 1,000 layers of silk. It starts small, a single point of light, then spreads outward, expanding in lazy, concentric circles. Feel the quiet anticipation that hangs in the air, not a tension, but a hushed reverence. The very fabric of this ancient world seems to hold its breath, awaiting a gentle unfolding. The essence of Uranus, having descended so softly and seamlessly into the ocean's embrace, now begins its delicate communion. There is no splash, no disruption, only a blending, a merging of pure energy with the boundless waters. This is the quiet alchemy of creation, happening in the deepest, most serene parts of the world. Imagine the sky meeting the sea, not in conflict, but in a tender, silent embrace. And from this union, a luminous, pearlescent foam begins to form. It is unlike any foam you have ever seen. This is not the frothy, fleeting foam of breaking waves, but something altogether different, something imbued with light from within. Feel its softness, its ethereal quality. It rises slowly, gently, like mist over a quiet lake at dawn. Each tiny bubble within it seems to hold a miniature universe, shimmering with iridescence. The foam is a living tapestry of soft, shifting colors, opalescent whites, faint rose, the palest blues, all blending and swirling in a dance of pure light. This foam collects in soft, swirling eddies, gathering itself into a more substantial form, yet remaining utterly weightless. Imagine it drifting on the surface, a cloud of nascent beauty. There is a deep, resonant stillness over the waters now, a profound quietude that invites you to listen with your inner ear. What subtle melodies might be playing just beyond the edge of hearing? What gentle hum accompanies this wondrous birth? The foam continues to grow, drawing energy from the cosmic stillness, from the very essence of the primordial elements. It pulses with a soft, internal light, a gentle heartbeat of creation. Feel the profound sense of peace that emanates from this scene. There is no struggle here, no effort, only a natural, graceful progression. This is how new life emerges in the most harmonious of worlds. Imagine the light intensifying slightly within the foam, becoming more concentrated, yet still soft and diffused. It is like the glow of a pearl, deep and lustrous. This foam is a cradle, a vessel for something precious and new. The quiet anticipation builds, not with excitement, but with a profound sense of wonder. There is no rush, no urgency, only the slow, deliberate turning of the cosmic wheel. The surface of the ocean, where the foam now gently rests, mirrors the vast, quiet sky above. It is a canvas of deep, soothing blues and purples, reflecting the soft glow of the emerging foam. Feel the coolness of the water, the gentle caress of the unseen currents beneath. This is a place of absolute serenity, where time itself seems to slow, allowing for the perfect, unhurried unfolding of beauty. And the foam itself, luminous and ethereal, continues its silent work. It is a testament to the gentle power of creation, a reminder that even from the most profound depths and from the most subtle of mergings, unparalleled beauty can arise. This is the beginning of something truly extraordinary, born not of conflict, but of peace, not of chaos, but of pure, unadulterated stillness. Drift with the foam, feel its gentle sway, and let the quiet anticipation wash over you like a soothing wave. Before you drift further, imagine the vast, quiet expanse of the primordial ocean, where the soft, pearlescent rain of Uranus essence had mingled with the tranquil water. This was not a violent mixing, but a gentle, almost imperceptible merging, like two harmonious colors slowly blending on a canvas. There, in that profound stillness, a luminous foam began to gather. Feel the subtle shift in the air, the faint hum of potential. This foam, unlike any other, glowed with an inner light, a soft, ethereal luminescence that seemed to breathe with the ocean's gentle rhythm. It was as if the very essence of the sky, now dissolved into the sea, was dreaming something new into being. The foam, pearlescent and softly glowing, began to swirl, not in a tumultuous maelstrom, but in a slow, graceful dance. Imagine its delicate contours, shifting and reforming, as if guided by an unseen, loving hand. There was no haste, no sudden burst of creation, but a patient, deliberate unfolding. Feel the quiet magic as this luminous cradle, born of the sky's gentle yielding and the ocean's vast embrace, began to take on a more defined shape. This was the birth of Aphrodite, not from chaos or conflict, but from a profound tranquility. Slowly, within the heart of this radiant foam, a form began to coalesce. It was faint at first, a mere suggestion of curves and lines, like a sculptor's first, tender touch upon clay. This was a process of pure grace, a silent symphony of creation. Imagine the delicate shaping of limbs, emerging from the pearlescent glow with an almost translucent quality. There was no struggle, no strain, only an effortless unfolding. The foam itself seemed to part and reshape, revealing the soft outline of an arm, then a shoulder, each emerging with a breathtaking slowness that invited contemplation. Feel the wondrous quiet as the form continued to develop. A face began to emerge, not sharply defined, but softly contoured, hinting at an unparalleled beauty. Imagine the gentle curve of a cheek, the subtle indentation of a chin, all crafted from the luminous foam. There was a sense of inherent perfection, as if beauty itself was being woven from light and water. This was a face born of peace, destined to inspire love and harmony. The very air around it seemed to shimmer with a gentle energy, a testament to the profound significance of this quiet creation. Then, imagine the hair, long and flowing, beginning to unfurl from the foamy embrace. It was not a sudden appearance, but a gradual cascade, like threads of spun moonlight. Each strand seemed to be woven with the light of the foam, shimmering with an iridescent glow. This was hair that would whisper secrets to the wind and catch the sun's gentle rays. Feel the sense of wonder as this final touch completed the form, adding to the ethereal beauty of the emerging goddess. The soft glow emanating from within the foam intensified, yet remained gentle, never harsh or blinding. It was a light that promised warmth and comfort, a beacon of pure, unadulterated beauty. This was the divine essence of Aphrodite, radiating outwards, even before her full emergence. There was a profound stillness in the air, a reverence for the miracle unfolding. Imagine the quiet anticipation, the world holding its breath, as this being of grace and love slowly, perfectly, came into being. This was the very definition of effortless creation, a testament to the power of peace and harmony. This was not a birth that shook the heavens or stirred the deep, but one that gently blossomed like a rare, luminous flower. The foam, her cradle, remained pearlescent and radiant, supporting her with a tender embrace. Feel the quiet magic of this moment, the profound beauty of something so extraordinary emerging from such a tranquil beginning. The essence of Uranus, the vastness of chaos, the nurturing of Gaia, and the gentle flow of the ocean all contributed to this singular, magnificent creation. Imagine the complete form now, fully revealed within the luminous foam, still and perfect. Her skin, impossibly soft, seemed to absorb and reflect the pearlescent glow around her. There was no movement, no sound, only the quiet miracle of her presence. This was a being of pure light and grace, born from the most serene of circumstances. The stillness was profound, inviting you to simply observe, to absorb the peaceful energy of this divine unfolding. This quiet birth set the tone for her very essence: beauty, love, and harmony, all born from a place of deep tranquility. The first ones, the Titans, even the vastness of chaos, all seemed to hold their breath in silent reverence. This was a moment suspended in time, a testament to the gentle power of creation. There was nothing forced, nothing rushed, just a perfect, gradual emergence. Feel the sense of complete peace that permeates this scene, a peace that invites you to rest and to dream. This is the true essence of the myth, reimagined for your quiet contemplation. Before, there was only the soft, rhythmic hush of the primordial ocean. Imagine, if you will, the vast, quiet expanse of water, stretching endlessly under a sky of deepening twilight. This was the canvas upon which the universe began to paint its most exquisite creation. Chaos, once a swirling void, cradled a nascent form, a delicate promise-taking shape within its depths. There, within the pearlescent foam that had gathered so serenely, a divine presence stirred. Feel the gentle sway of the water, the almost imperceptible hum of the cosmos as it held its breath. The luminous foam, born from the mingling of Uranus essence with the tranquil sea, pulsed with an inner light. It was not a blinding light, but a soft, ethereal glow, like moonlight filtered through ancient mists. This foam, so tenderly formed, was the very cradle of a goddess. Gaia, the earth, felt a new vibration ripple through her ancient being, a resonance of beauty about to unfold. Uranus, the sky, watched from above, his vastness reflecting the quiet anticipation of the moment. First, a faint outline, then the graceful curve of a limb began to emerge from the swirling radiance. They were not born of struggle, but of a quiet, inevitable unfolding. And as the foam parted, revealing more of the divine form, a hush fell over the cosmic theater. Their very presence seemed to soothe the restless energies of the universe. The Titans, those first ones who had witnessed the dawn of creation, now held their breath. Oceanus, the vast river that encircled the world, seemed to slow his currents in reverence. Coos, the Titan of intellect, felt a new understanding bloom within him. Crius, Hyperion, Ipetus, Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys all watched in silent awe. This was not the tumultuous birth of their own kind, but something entirely different, something born of peace. From the heart of the foam, a face began to coalesce. Cronus, who had wrought such change upon his father, Uranus, felt a strange, unfamiliar stillness. His usual restless energy seemed to dissipate in the face of such profound serenity. But this was not about him. Her form, now almost complete, shimmered with an inherent grace, yet her eyes remained closed, her awakening still a moment away. She was perfect, nascent, held within the very essence of tranquility. Now, imagine the softest of sighs, not of breath, but of light. Aphrodite, still cradled within the pearlescent foam, began to stir. Her eyelids, like delicate petals, fluttered. The air around her, which had been still and expectant, now seemed to shimmer with a new, vibrant energy, though it remained profoundly peaceful. This was the moment. Her eyes, the color of the deepest ocean on a clear day, slowly, serenely, opened. They were not startled or wide with surprise, but filled with a quiet knowing, as if she had always been aware of the vastness that surrounded her. Her first gaze fell upon the endless expanse of the sea. It was her birthplace, her mother, a boundless blue stretching to the horizon. There was no fear, no confusion, only a profound connection, a silent acknowledgement of her origin. She saw the gentle undulations of the waves, the subtle play of light upon the water's surface, and in that instant she understood the rhythm of the world. Then her gaze lifted, drawn by the infinite arch of the sky. Uranus, the sky, watched his daughter, a silent benediction in his vastness. The clouds, like soft brushstrokes, drifted lazily above, and the distant stars, though hidden by the twilight, seemed to twinkle just for her. She saw the immense, quiet dome above, a canopy of cosmic wonder, and felt its boundless embrace. This was not merely the opening of eyes, but the awakening of a divine consciousness. Every fiber of her being seemed to absorb the tranquility of the ocean and the majesty of the sky. The air around her pulsed with a gentle warmth, a silent song of creation. It was as if the universe itself exhaled, releasing a breath of pure, unadulterated beauty. The foam, her cradle, began to dissipate, gently dissolving into the water, leaving her floating, unsupported, yet perfectly at peace. Her long, flowing hair, the color of spun moonlight, fanned out around her, shimmering with an ethereal glow. Feel the profound quietude of this moment. There was no sound, but the soft lapping of the waves against her nascent form, a lullaby from the sea itself. The first ones, the Titans, even Cronus, watched, their ancient hearts stirred by the sheer grace of her emergence. This was the birth of Aphrodite, not in a clamor, but in a whisper, a testament to the gentle power of beauty and love. She was fully awake, fully divine, a beacon of serenity in the primordial world. Her presence brought a new harmony, a soft balance to the cosmic order. The world, in that moment, seemed to sigh with contentment. Imagine her, afloat upon the water, her eyes reflecting the vastness of the ocean and the sky, her very being radiating an aura of profound, quiet beauty. This was her first breath, her first sight, her first experience of the world, and it was perfect. The divine essence of Aphrodite, now fully manifest, began to spread, a gentle ripple of grace across the cosmos. This was the beginning of her journey, a serene unfolding from the heart of tranquility. She was the embodiment of beauty born from peace, a gentle force that would shape the world in ways yet unimagined. What a wonder to behold! The waters around her, previously still, now seemed to stir with a new, subtle energy, almost like a gentle current forming, just to guide her. She was not alone in this vastness. The very essence of creation seemed to celebrate her arrival. The earth, Gaia, felt a profound connection, a new layer of beauty added to her landscapes. Uranus, the sky, watched with an almost paternal pride, his vastness reflecting the serenity of the scene. The first ones, those ancient beings who had witnessed so much, were captivated by this gentle unfolding. Instead of a fierce, powerful emergence, there was this quiet grace, a testament to the subtle strength of beauty. Her skin, luminous and soft, seemed to absorb the light of the twilight sky, glowing with an inner radiance. This was not a forceful entrance, but a gentle blossoming. She was the calm after the storm, the peace after the chaos, a living embodiment of harmony. The Titans, each one a force of nature in their own right, found themselves humbled by her quiet majesty. Oceanus felt his waters become even more tranquil. Cous felt his thoughts clear, and even Cronus, with all his might, sensed a power in her serenity that transcended brute force. She was the promise of love, of desire, of beauty, woven into the very fabric of existence. Her awakening was a silent symphony, a cosmic hum that resonated with profound peace. And as she floated there, eyes open to the world, the sense of vastness around her was not overwhelming, but comforting, like a boundless embrace. This was the moment when beauty took its first breath, when love first opened its eyes to the world. It was a testament to the power of gentle creation, a profound truth whispered across the primordial waters. Her presence was a balm, a quiet assurance that even in the vastness of the cosmos, there was room for such exquisite grace. Before you drift away, imagine the vast, tranquil ocean, its surface shimmering under the soft, distant light. This is where the story of Aphrodite truly begins to unfold, a gentle journey across the waves, perfect for lulling you into a peaceful slumber. Feel the quiet calm of the water, extending endlessly. There, upon the placid expanse, something extraordinary now floated. This was Aphrodite, newly formed, resting serenely upon a colossal, pearlescent seashell. Imagine the shell, smooth and gleaming, a cradle crafted by the very essence of the sea. The waves, instead of crashing, whispered softly as they carried her. They were not turbulent or forceful, but rather like the tender hands of a loving parent, guiding Aphrodite with an almost imperceptible motion. Each swell was a gentle lift, a delicate descent, a rhythmic sway that mirrored the peaceful beating of a heart. There was no urgency in this journey, only a profound sense of ease and grace. The water beneath her was a silken blanket, cool and comforting, a vast blue expanse that held her secure. The first ones, and even the mighty Titans, observed this unfolding beauty from their distant realms, a silent testament to the cosmic harmony of her emergence. And then there was the wind, not a blustering gale, but the softest breath, the gentle caress of Zephyr, the west wind. Imagine Zephyr, with his invisible wings, hovering just above the water, exhaling a tender current that nudged the great shell forward. His breath was like a lullaby, a warm, soft whisper that guided Aphrodite's path across the boundless ocean. It carried the scent of distant blossoms and the cool freshness of the open sea, a fragrance that mingled with the very air around her, creating an aura of delicate purity. The sky, Uranus, seemed to hold his breath, watching his essence, now transformed, being carried by the very elements. As Aphrodite drifted, the world around her was a symphony of quiet beauty. The sun, a soft orb in the sky, cast a diffused glow upon the water, turning the surface into a canvas of shifting pastels. Tiny, iridescent fish, curious and unafraid, swam alongside the shell, their scales catching the light like scattered jewels. Dolphins, with their graceful arcs, breached the surface in silent salutation, their calls muted by the vastness of the ocean, a gentle greeting to the goddess of love. The earth Gaia felt the shift, a new warmth spreading across her surface as Aphrodite drew closer. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, a faint line appeared on the horizon. It was a soft, green smudge against the blue growing steadily clearer with each passing moment. This was the distant, peaceful shores of Cyprus, an island destined to be her first terrestrial home. Imagine the anticipation, not of haste, but of a quiet, gentle homecoming. The island seemed to beckon, its shores a welcoming embrace. The trees on its coast appeared as delicate emerald dust, gradually resolving into distinct forms, their leaves swaying in the same gentle breeze that carried Aphrodite. The journey continued, unhurried and serene. Aphrodite remained perfectly at peace, her eyes still closed, or perhaps just barely open, taking in the soft light filtering through her delicate eyelids. She was an embodiment of tranquility, a living masterpiece of calm. Her hair, like spun moonlight, fanned out around her, gently caressed by the water. Her skin, the color of a perfect pearl, seemed to absorb and reflect the soft glow of the ocean and the sky. She was not merely being transported, she was a part of the journey itself, a seamless extension of the gentle currents and the whispering winds. This was the essence of her being, born from peace, moving with peace. Cronus, the Titan, even with his history with Uranus, felt a strange, quiet reverence at the sight. The shell, her vessel, moved with an effortless grace. There was no struggle against the elements, no resistance, only a harmonious yielding to the natural forces that guided her. The waves, the wind, the very essence of the sea conspired to bring her to her destined shore with the utmost tenderness. Imagine the sensation of being so perfectly cradled, so effortlessly carried, that all thought of effort or strain simply vanishes. This is the feeling Aphrodite experienced, a profound sense of being utterly supported and cherished by the world around her. As the shores of Cyprus drew nearer, the air grew warmer, infused with the scent of wild herbs and the sweet perfume of island flowers. The sound of the waves, still gentle, became a softer lapping against the sand. The distant cries of seabirds, a melodious welcome, began to carry on the breeze. There was no dramatic fanfare, no thunderous arrival, just a quiet, elegant approach to a waiting world. The island itself seemed to breathe a sigh of contentment as she neared. The beach, a stretch of golden sand, now lay clearly before her. Imagine the sand, fine and soft, waiting to receive her. The water, crystal clear near the shore, revealed the smooth, polished pebbles beneath its surface. The trees along the coastline, laden with fragrant blossoms, seemed to bow slightly in deference. This was not a landing, but a delicate, almost imperceptible touching down, a soft kiss between the ocean and the land. Aphrodite's journey was a testament to the quiet power of beauty, a force that does not demand attention, but rather draws it in with its inherent grace. Her arrival was not an imposition, but an integration, a natural addition to the beauty that already existed on the island of Cyprus. This was the essence of her birth, her journey, and her very being, a gentle unfolding, a serene emergence into the world. The Titans, including Oceanus, Coos, Creus, Hyperion, Ipetus, Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys, understood the significance of this moment, a new era beginning with such quiet grace. As the shell finally brushed against the soft sands, the gentle movement ceased. Aphrodite lay still, radiating a soft, warm glow that seemed to illuminate the very air around her. The waves receded, leaving her cradled on the shore, a divine gift to the world. Her journey was complete, a perfect example of tranquil grace, a story to carry you into the deepest, most peaceful sleep. This quiet arrival marked the beginning of her influence, a subtle force of beauty and love that would shape the world, not through conquest, but through gentle persuasion and inherent allure. The Olympian gods would later acknowledge her power, even Zeus, recognizing the unique serenity she brought forth. This was the very antithesis of the great Titanomachy, a war of immense force. Instead, Aphrodite arrived with effortless peace. What a beautiful beginning! The first ones and the Titans had witnessed something truly remarkable. Imagine the gentle touch of the Cypriot sun, a warm embrace upon the pearlescent shell as it rested softly on the shore. This tranquil island, bathed in golden light, offered a silent welcome to the nascent divinity within. Feel the subtle shift in the air, a quiet anticipation as the very essence of beauty prepared to grace the land. There, within the shell, Aphrodite radiated a soft, ethereal glow, her presence a promise of harmony. The island of Cyprus, ancient and wise, seemed to hold its breath, ready to receive its new, divine resident. This was not a moment of thunderous arrival, but a tender unfolding, a quiet communion between a nascent goddess and the welcoming earth. Before long, a delicate rustling of leaves announced the approach of the Hori, the seasons, or perhaps the graces themselves. For in that primordial time, their roles often intertwined. Their steps were as light as the morning dew, their forms ethereal, shimmering with the soft hues of dawn and twilight. They moved with a reverence that spoke of an ancient understanding, an innate recognition of the sacred beauty that now lay before them. The Hori, with their gentle demeanor, embodied the very essence of nurturing. They had watched the world unfurl from chaos, had seen Gaia rise, and Uranus embrace her. They understood the slow, deliberate rhythm of creation. Now they approached Aphrodite, not with awestruck wonder, but with a tender, knowing welcome. Their task was to prepare her, to adorn her for her first steps upon the world, to clothe her in the very essence of grace. Their hands, soft and delicate as flower petals, reached out to the shell. There was no need for words, for their intentions were clear in every graceful movement. They began by adorning Aphrodite with the softest fabrics, spun from the purest light and the finest threads of morning mist. Imagine the silk caressing her skin, a whisper-soft embrace that felt like a second skin. This was not merely clothing. It was an extension of her own inherent elegance, designed to enhance, not conceal, the divine beauty that emanated from her. The fabric shimmered with an inner luminescence, reflecting the soft glow that surrounded her, catching the Cypriot sun in 1,000 tiny, sparkling facets. Each fold, each drape, was placed with meticulous care, a silent testament to the reverence they held for her. Next came the delicate flowers, plucked from the most vibrant meadows of Cyprus, still glistening with morning dew. The Hari wove them into intricate garlands, their scents mingling to create an intoxicating perfume that filled the air. Imagine the sweet fragrance of jasmine, the subtle hint of rose, the earthy aroma of blooming herbs. These were not merely decorations. They were living expressions of the earth's joy at Aphrodite's arrival. They adorned her hair with blossoms, their petals soft against her skin, framing her face with natural artistry. They draped her with garlands that cascaded down her form, each bloom a tiny burst of color, a testament to the life and beauty she embodied. The flowers seemed to respond to her presence, their colors deepening, their scents becoming more potent, as if energized by her very being. Then came the precious jewels, not glittering and harsh, but soft and luminous, like captured starlight. These were pearls from the deepest ocean beds, their surfaces smooth and iridescent, reflecting the pearlescent shell from which she had emerged. There were opals that shimmered with the colors of the rainbow, and moonstones that held the gentle glow of the night sky. The Hari placed them with exquisite precision, each jewel finding its perfect place, enhancing the natural radiance that already flowed from Aphrodite. They adorned her with necklaces that lay like liquid light upon her throat, and bracelets that encircled her wrists like delicate chains of starlight. Each piece was a whisper of beauty, a subtle accent that drew the eye without overpowering her inherent grace. The jewels seemed to hum with a quiet energy, resonating with her divine essence, becoming one with her. This entire ritual was one of quiet elegance, a silent ballet of beauty and welcome. There was no fanfare, no grand pronouncements, only the gentle rustling of fabric, the soft scent of blossoms, and the subtle glint of jewels. The Hari moved with a synchronized grace, their movements fluid and harmonious, a living embodiment of the balance and order they represented. They were not simply dressing a goddess, they were participating in a sacred act, preparing the very embodiment of love and beauty to step onto the world stage. Their reverence was palpable, a silent acknowledgement of the profound significance of this moment. They understood that Aphrodite's arrival would bring a new dimension to existence, a softness and tenderness that had been largely absent in the raw, powerful beginnings of chaos, Gaia, and Uranus. The air around them seemed to thicken with a palpable sense of peace and harmony. The Cypriot sun continued to pour its golden light upon the scene, as if blessing the ritual. The gentle lapping of the waves against the shore provided a natural rhythm, a soothing lullaby to accompany the Hora's ministrations. Every detail, every touch was imbued with a deep sense of care and respect. This was a moment of pure, unadulterated beauty, a testament to the inherent grace that existed even in the nascent stages of the world. Aphrodite, still within the shell, felt the tender touches, the soft fabrics, the delicate flowers, and the luminous jewels. She was being cradled, adorned, and welcomed into the world with an exquisite tenderness that would forever define her essence. The Hori completed their task with a final, gentle touch, stepping back to admire their handiwork. Aphrodite, now fully adorned, lay within the shell, radiating an even softer, more profound light. Her presence had transformed the space around her, imbuing it with a sense of serenity and profound beauty. The ritual was complete, a quiet preparation for the moment she would finally step onto the land, bringing her unique essence to the world. The Hori, satisfied, stood in silent reverence, their faces reflecting the gentle glow that emanated from her. They knew that with her arrival, a new era of beauty, love, and harmony would begin, forever changing the cosmic tapestry woven by chaos, Gaia, Uranus, and the mighty Titans. This was the dawn of a new kind of power, a gentle, pervasive force that would shape destinies and inspire hearts. The seashell, now a vessel of pure light, touched the golden sands of Cyprus, a gentle whisper against the shore. Imagine the softest landing, not a crash, but a sigh of the ocean releasing its precious cargo. This was the moment, the very breath of a new beginning. There, on the edge of the land, Aphrodite remained, still within her pearlescent cradle, her being radiating a serene calm that settled over the island. Feel the quiet anticipation in the air, a stillness that preceded the blossoming of grace. The Hori, those gentle goddesses of the seasons, approached Aphrodite with a reverence born of pure adoration. Each of them, with hands as soft as morning mist, began the tender ritual of adornment. They draped Aphrodite in fabrics woven from moonlight and dawn, soft and luminous, clinging to her form like a second skin. Imagine the delicate rustle of silk, barely audible, a whisper against the quiet hum of the island. Then came the flowers, fresh and fragrant, plucked from the verdant heart of Cypriot earth. The Hori wove intricate garlands, each blossom a testament to the island's beauty, each petal a silent welcome. Feel the subtle scent of jasmine and rose filling the air, a natural perfume that enhanced Aphrodite's ethereal presence. These garlands were placed with such care, encircling her brow, gracing her wrists, and adorning her flowing hair. There was no haste, only a profound sense of purpose in their movements, a silent dedication to preparing the goddess for her emergence. Next, precious jewels, iridescent like pearls and opals, were nestled among the floral arrangements, catching the sunlight and refracting it into 1,000 tiny rainbows. Imagine the soft gleam of these gems, not ostentatious, but adding a quiet sparkle to her already radiant form. This quiet ritual, performed with such tender devotion, transformed Aphrodite, not by changing her essence, but by celebrating the beauty already inherent within her. It was a preparation, a gentle unfolding for her first steps onto the world she would now grace. And then the moment arrived. Aphrodite, fully adorned, her beauty perfected by the loving touch of the Houri, stirred within her shell. Imagine the slow, deliberate movement, a gentle stretching of divine limbs. There was no dramatic flourish, no sudden burst of energy, but a gradual, quiet unfolding. Feel the air around her shift, a subtle ripple of warmth and peace expanding outwards. With grace that seemed to defy gravity, Aphrodite took her first steps onto the Cypriot earth. Her bare feet, impossibly soft, pressed into the golden sand, and with each step, a silent miracle occurred. Where her foot touched the ground, the very sand seemed to shimmer, and tiny, delicate flowers, previously unseen, unfurled their petals in silent homage. Imagine the soft bloom of these blossoms, not a riot of color, but a gentle blush of pinks and whites, a subtle acknowledgement of her presence. This was not a grand display of power, but a quiet manifestation of her essence. The air around Aphrodite filled with a gentle, loving aura, a palpable sense of peace that extended beyond her immediate vicinity. Feel the warmth of this aura, a comforting embrace that calmed the rustling leaves and hushed the chirping birds. There was a sense of profound stillness, yet also a vibrant, underlying life that pulsed with her every breath. Her presence brought a subtle bloom to the flowers, yes, but also a gentle hush to the very air, as if nature itself held its breath in awe of her serene beauty. Imagine the soft caress of a breeze that seemed to carry her essence, spreading tranquility across the island. Aphrodite moved with an innate grace, each step a poem, each gesture a silent melody. Her eyes, pools of deep, calm ocean, surveyed the world with a knowing tranquility. This was her home, the place where her gentle power would first take root. She was the embodiment of quiet power, a serene beauty that did not demand attention, but rather drew it in with an irresistible, magnetic pull. Feel the profound sense of harmony she exuded, a balance between strength and tenderness. Her arrival marked her full embodiment as a goddess, not through thunderous pronouncements or fiery displays, but through the gentle blossoming of life and the pervasive calm she brought to the world. Imagine the world breathing a collective sigh of contentment in her presence. This was the dawn of a new era, an age touched by the subtle, yet undeniable power of love and beauty. Her presence affected nature gently, a quiet benediction upon the land. Her beauty was conveyed through soft, ethereal descriptions, a testament to her unique grace. This scene marked her full embodiment as a goddess, a gentle awakening to a world ready to embrace her. Before, there was only the quiet hum of the cosmos, a soft, eternal breath. Imagine, if you will, the serene shores of Cyprus, where the newly emerged Aphrodite stood, bathed in the soft morning light. This was a moment of profound peace, a gentle unfolding of divine presence. Chaos had receded, leaving behind a world ripe for beauty. There, on the golden sands, Aphrodite felt the warm earth beneath her feet, a subtle connection to Gaia herself. The air, kissed by the dawn, held the scent of blossoms that had bloomed in her wake. Feel the stillness, the quiet anticipation that permeated the very essence of the island. The gentle lapping of the waves against the shore seemed to whisper a lullaby, a soft welcome to Aphrodite. This tranquility was not to last forever on the earthly plane, for her destiny called her higher. Imagine Aphrodite standing poised, her form luminous, ready for the next stage of her journey. There was no struggle, no effort required. Instead, a gentle breeze, imbued with the magic of the nascent world, began to stir around Aphrodite. It was not a wind that pushed or pulled, but one that embraced, lifting her effortlessly from the Cypriot sands. Feel the sensation of rising, of being cradled by the very air. The Houri who attended to Aphrodite watched from below, their faces serene, their hearts filled with quiet reverence. They knew this was the natural order, the destined path. The ascent was not swift, but rather a slow, graceful ballet through the upper atmosphere. Imagine soft, ethereal clouds, like spun silk, gathering beneath Aphrodite, forming a cushioned throne of mist. There was no jolt, no sudden movement, only a continuous, gentle lift. Feel the cool, pure air on your skin as Aphrodite ascended. The golden light of the sun, now higher in the sky, seemed to part for her, creating a shimmering pathway. This journey was a testament to her inherent grace, a divine ballet performed for the heavens themselves. The sky, vast and endless, welcomed Aphrodite with open arms, a soft blue expanse stretching infinitely. As Aphrodite rose higher, the island of Cyprus below began to shrink, transforming into a verdant jewel set in the sapphire sea. Imagine the world unfurling beneath her, a tapestry of land and water, bathed in the soft glow of morning. There, above the clouds, the silence was profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind as it carried Aphrodite ever upward. Feel the peace that comes with such elevation, a detachment from the earthly realm, yet a connection to all things. The journey was a transition, a passage from the earthly to the celestial, marked by serenity and effortless movement. The very air seemed to hum with a gentle energy, guiding Aphrodite towards her true home. Then, in the far distance, a shimmering peak began to emerge from the hazy horizon. Imagine Mount Olympus, the dwelling place of the gods, bathed in an otherworldly light. There, its snow-capped summit pierced the clouds, a beacon of divine power and majesty. Feel the subtle shift in the air, a growing sense of anticipation, yet still deeply peaceful. The journey was nearing its completion, the gentle ascent reaching its glorious destination. The clouds that had carried Aphrodite now seemed to swirl around the mountain, beckoning her closer. This was not a forceful arrival, but a quiet, almost imperceptible integration into the divine realm. The very essence of Olympus seemed to reach out, drawing Aphrodite into its embrace. The journey continued, each moment a testament to the seamless beauty of creation. Imagine Aphrodite, now closer to the shimmering peak, her form radiating a soft, golden aura that mingled with the light of the sun. There, the air grew even more pure, imbued with the essence of the gods. Feel the profound sense of belonging, of coming home. The peaceful transition was almost complete, the gentle ascent culminating in a quiet recognition of divine presence. The soft clouds continued to bear her, a silent, ethereal transport. This was the moment of arrival, not with fanfare, but with the quiet dignity of a goddess taking her rightful place among the pantheon. The sky, once an endless expanse, now seemed to embrace her, a soft, welcoming canopy. The ascent was depicted as graceful and effortless, a testament to Aphrodite's innate divinity. Imagery focused on clouds, light, and sky, painting a picture of ethereal beauty. The scene conveyed a sense of peaceful transition, a gentle unfolding of destiny. As Aphrodite approached the summit, the air around her seemed to shimmer with anticipation. Imagine the soft light of Olympus casting a welcoming glow upon her. There, the very essence of beauty and love seemed to coalesce around Aphrodite, preparing her for her new role. Feel the culmination of this serene journey, the quiet triumph of arrival. The Houri far below still watched, their hearts filled with awe and devotion. The Cypriot shore, now a distant memory, had been the birthplace, but Olympus was to be her home. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, was finally home. Cyprus was now a memory, a gentle beginning. Imagine Aphrodite radiating a soft, golden light as she gracefully ascended towards the highest peaks of Olympus. The air around her seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly calm, a gentle hum of ancient power that resonated with the very essence of Olympus. The established residents of Olympus felt a subtle shift in the cosmic balance, a gentle ripple in the fabric of their divine existence. They did not stir with alarm or curiosity, but with a deep, innate recognition. Before her arrival, Olympus had known its own rhythms, its own established order. Now, a new, harmonious note was about to be struck. The Olympians, beings of immense wisdom, observed her approach from a vantage point high above, their gaze serene and knowing. There was no surprise in their eyes, only a quiet acceptance of what was destined to be. The other gods, each immersed in their own divine duties or moments of contemplation, also sensed the unfolding event. The Titans, long since confined, had no bearing on this peaceful integration. This was a new era, a new kind of power, a gentle force emerging from the primordial waters. Feel the quiet anticipation that permeated Olympus. It was not a tense waiting, but a calm, welcoming stillness. The very air seemed to hold its breath, not in fear, but in reverence for the beauty that was about to grace their sacred home. Aphrodite, still bathed in the ethereal glow of her birth, continued her effortless ascent. Each movement was fluid, each breath a soft sigh of contentment. The Houri, who had guided her from the shores of Cyprus, now watched from a respectful distance, their faces alight with gentle wonder. They knew Aphrodite's journey was far from over, but this was a significant milestone, a quiet coronation. As Aphrodite neared Olympus, the light around her intensified, not blindingly, but with a warm, inviting luminescence. The Olympians, standing at the precipice, extended a hand, not in command, but in a gesture of tranquil welcome. There was no need for words, no elaborate ceremony. The acceptance was implicit, understood in the very fabric of their shared divinity. The other gods, from their various abodes on Olympus, felt the warmth of Aphrodite's presence wash over them, a soothing balm that settled any lingering vestiges of ancient turmoil. This was a peace unlike any they had known, a harmony that promised an era of gentle influence. Aphrodite floated gently onto the hallowed ground of Olympus, her feet barely touching the marble. The silence that followed was profound, yet filled with an unspoken understanding. The Olympians simply nodded, a slight inclination of their head that conveyed a depth of respect and recognition. There was no conflict here, no jealousy among the divine brethren. Aphrodite's beauty was not a challenge, but a gift, a gentle force that enriched all who beheld it. The first ones, the very first beings, had laid the groundwork for such a moment, a time when new forms of divinity would emerge and find their rightful place. Imagine Aphrodite standing among them, her aura calming the very air around her. The subtle shift in the divine balance was not disruptive, but rather integrative. She did not demand attention or assert dominance. Her presence simply was, and in its being, it brought a unique tranquility. The Titanomachy, a time of great upheaval, felt like a distant memory, replaced by this serene integration. What Aphrodite brought was not raw power, but the subtle, persuasive strength of love and beauty, a force that could shape destinies with a whisper rather than a roar. The Cypriot essence of her origin still clung to her, a faint scent of sea and blossoms that mingled with the crisp, clean air of Olympus. The Hari, having fulfilled their sacred duty, began to recede, their forms becoming translucent as they dissolved back into the ethereal realm. Their work was done, Aphrodite had arrived, and Olympus had welcomed her with open arms, or rather, with open hearts. Each god, in their own way, felt the gentle shift, the quiet expansion of their pantheon. Aphrodite, now truly an Olympian, looked around with serene eyes. There was no fear, no hesitation. This was where she belonged, among these ancient, powerful beings who had instinctively recognized her unique place. The initial sense of wonder that had accompanied her birth had transformed into a quiet confidence, a deep understanding of her purpose. The beauty she embodied was not merely superficial, it was a reflection of the inherent harmony of the cosmos, a manifestation of love's gentle power. Feel the soft hum of acceptance that resonated through Olympus. There was no need for grand pronouncements or boisterous celebrations. The welcome was quiet, respectful, and deeply felt. The gods knew, without needing to speak it aloud, that Aphrodite's arrival marked a new chapter, a time when beauty and affection would play a pivotal role in the lives of mortals and immortals alike. The balance was not disturbed, but refined, enriched by her presence. This was the quiet welcome, the harmonious integration. Aphrodite, the Cypriot goddess, the embodiment of love and beauty, had found her rightful place on Olympus, and in her gentle settling, a profound peace descended upon the realm of the gods, a testament to the subtle, yet undeniable, power of her presence. The quiet recognition of her divine essence by the Olympians and the other gods ensured a smooth transition, a seamless weaving of Aphrodite into the tapestry of Olympus. This was the beginning of a new era, marked by serenity and the gentle sway of affection. Imagine Aphrodite, her gentle ascent complete, as she settled upon Olympus. The journey from the tranquil shores of Cyprus had been one of ethereal grace, a silent ballet of air and light. There, amidst the shimmering peaks, the Olympians extended a gesture of tranquil welcome, a quiet nod of recognition for the divine presence that now graced their realm. No fanfare, no thunderous pronouncements, just a profound, unspoken understanding that rippled through the divine assembly. Her arrival was not a challenge, but a quiet, luminous integration, enriching the very fabric of Olympus. The scent of Cyprus still clung to her, a delicate perfume of sea and bloom, a subtle reminder of her miraculous birth. This subtle fragrance mingled now with the ancient airs of Olympus, creating a new, harmonious blend. Her presence brought a unique tranquility, a soft, pervasive calm that settled upon the often tempestuous abode of the gods. The Olympians observed her, a quiet satisfaction in their gaze. What a magnificent addition her essence would be to the pantheon. Aphrodite, the newly born goddess, began to establish her presence, not through overt acts of power, but through an inherent, gentle influence. Her divinity was not one of forceful command, but of subtle persuasion, a quiet strength that emanated from her very being. She embodied the soft power of love and beauty, a force that could sway hearts and minds without ever raising a voice. Imagine the gentle blossoming of a rose, its petals unfurling in quiet perfection. That was the essence of Aphrodite's influence. Her role as the goddess of love and beauty was highlighted in every subtle interaction, every quiet moment. There was no need for grand declarations. Her very existence was a testament to these divine domains. The Olympians, accustomed to the boisterous energies of their own kind, found themselves subtly softened by her presence. The air on Olympus seemed to hum with a new, gentler frequency, a quiet melody of affection and aesthetic appreciation. Feel this gentle shift, this pervasive calm that Aphrodite brought, this subtle power of love and beauty that she embodied began to spread, not just across Olympus, but subtly outward into the world below. It was a pervasive influence, like the quiet warmth of the sun on a spring day, awakening life without a sound. Imagine the tender touch between lovers, the soft glow in their eyes. That was Aphrodite at work, a silent orchestrator of affection. Her influence was gentle and pervasive, seeping into the very fabric of existence, encouraging connection and harmony. A sense of peaceful, enduring divinity emanated from her. Aphrodite was not a goddess of fleeting passions, but of deep, abiding love and the timeless allure of true beauty. Her impact was quietly positive, fostering an environment where harmony could flourish. There was a quiet balance of passion and peace, beauty and truth, ensuring the world's gentle flow. The Houri, her attendants, continued to serve her with quiet devotion, understanding the profound nature of her being. The first ones, those ancient entities, might have been creatures of immense power, but Aphrodite represented a different kind of strength, a strength found in connection and affection. The Titans, with their raw, untamed might, stood in stark contrast to her serene grace. Yet, her gentle presence had a way to feel the quiet power of this gentle persuasion, a force far more enduring than any physical might. Consider the contrast between the tumultuous Titanomachy and Aphrodite's peaceful integration. Zeus, the Olympian king, understood the value of this new, unifying force. Her arrival marked a new era, where beauty and affection would play a pivotal role, solidifying her place as the goddess of love and beauty. What a profound shift for the cosmos, a move towards a more balanced and harmonious existence. Her gentle influence could be seen in the quiet blossoming of a rose, its vibrant hues a testament to her touch. was in the tender touch between lovers, a silent affirmation of their bond. And it was in the serene beauty of a sunset, where colors blended seamlessly, painting the sky with her artistry. Each of these moments, imbued with her essence, spoke of a deeper harmony, a cosmic balance that Aphrodite helped to maintain. Imagine Aphrodite, her eyes holding the calm of the deep sea from which she rose, her smile as gentle as the first light of dawn. She was a constant, peaceful force, a reminder that true strength often lies in gentleness, and true beauty in the quiet unfolding of affection. The Olympians, observing her, understood that her presence was not just an addition, but a vital completion to their divine assembly. The Cypriot shores, her birthplace, remained a sacred space, forever linked to her tranquil emergence. But now, Olympus too was touched by her unique grace. There, she became the quiet heart of beauty and love, a goddess whose power lay in her ability to inspire, to connect, and to bring forth the inherent loveliness in all things. Feel the soothing presence of this goddess as she settles into her eternal role. This was Aphrodite, the goddess born of sea foam and grace, now a permanent, gentle fixture on Olympus. Her story was one of quiet triumph, of beauty's inherent power, and of love's enduring reign. As she took her rightful place among the gods, the world itself seemed to sigh in contentment, embracing the subtle, profound influence of the goddess of love and beauty. Feel the gentle whisper of the sea breeze, carrying the scent of Cyprus, a fragrance that forever clings to Aphrodite. Imagine Aphrodite not as a being of thunderous power, but as the quiet, pervasive essence of love itself. This is her true domain, her subtle, constant influence. There is a deep, abiding peace in understanding her presence. Before her, the world knew beauty, yes, but not this tender, nurturing kind. This is the beauty that soothes, that heals. Imagine Aphrodite's touch in the quiet blossoming of a rose. Feel the petals unfurl, each delicate curve a testament to her grace. There is no loud pronouncement, no sudden burst of color, but a slow, unfolding miracle. This is how her influence works, softly, gradually, transforming the mundane into the magnificent. Each dewdrop clinging to a leaf, each vibrant hue, speaks of her artistry. The rose does not demand attention. It simply is, in its perfect, quiet beauty, a reflection of Aphrodite. This is a subtle power, a power that invites rather than compels. Consider the gentle stirring of affection in hearts. Imagine a tender touch between lovers, a shared glance that speaks volumes. This is Aphrodite's work, her subtle weaving of connections. There is no grand drama, no epic declaration, just the quiet warmth that blossoms between two souls. Feel the unspoken understanding, the shared vulnerability. This is the essence of her power, the ability to foster connection, to bridge divides with the softest of threads. Before her, love might have been a tempest. Now, it is a gentle, flowing river. This quiet affection, so often overlooked, is a profound testament to her pervasive presence. Look to the serene beauty found in nature's quiet moments. Imagine the soft glow of a sunset, painting the sky with hues of rose and gold. This is her canvas, her artistry on display. There is a stillness, a profound peace as day yields to night. Feel the gentle transition, the lingering warmth. This is not a dramatic spectacle, but a quiet, breathtaking display of harmony. The clouds, painted with such delicate strokes, seem to whisper her name. This quiet majesty, this daily miracle, is a constant reminder of her subtle, ever-present touch. The earth itself, Gaia, seems to sigh contentedly under her influence. Her pervasive, subtle presence is in all things lovely. Imagine the quiet hum of a bee gathering nectar, the intricate dance of a butterfly. This is the world imbued with her essence. Feel the delicate balance, the quiet industry of nature. There is a harmony, a natural rhythm that resonates with her very being. The first ones, even the mighty Titans, understood the inherent beauty of the world. But Aphrodite brought a new dimension, a tender understanding of its fragility and its strength. Her influence is not confined to grand gestures. It is in the smallest, most fleeting moments of grace. This is the true power of Aphrodite, not in the clash of titans, not in the thunder of Zeus on Olympus, but in the quiet, unfolding beauty of existence. Her arrival on Olympus, after her birth from the sea near Cyprus, brought a new kind of peace. The Olympian gods, accustomed to conflict, found themselves subtly softened by her presence. The Houri, her loyal companions, embody this gentle unfolding, each representing a season, a time of natural beauty. They are the living embodiment of her influence, guiding the world through its cycles with grace and quiet purpose. Feel the peace settle over you, a peace that comes from understanding this pervasive, subtle power. Imagine Aphrodite, the Cypriot goddess, as the very embodiment of tranquility. Her influence is like a gentle rain, nourishing the earth, allowing beauty to flourish without force. There is no need for grand pronouncements, for her truth is self-evident in every blossoming flower, every tender touch, every breathtaking sunset. This quiet strength, this balance of passion and peace, ensures a harmonious flow in the world. As you drift deeper into relaxation, remember this gentle, pervasive presence. Imagine Aphrodite's essence in the quiet rustle of leaves, in the soft glow of moonlight. This is the world touched by her grace, a world where love and beauty are not just ideals, but tangible, living forces. Her role is not to command, but to inspire, to nurture, to bring forth the inherent loveliness in all things. The Titanomachy was a time of chaos, but Aphrodite represents a new era, an era of quiet harmony. Her quiet strength is a vital completion to the divine assembly, a constant, gentle force in the cosmos. There is a profound comfort in knowing that such gentle power exists, weaving its way through the fabric of reality. Feel the soft embrace of her influence, guiding you towards a restful slumber. This is the lore to sleep to, the ancient whispers of beauty and love that transcend time. Imagine Aphrodite, the goddess of love, not as a distant deity, but as the very essence of the quiet, beautiful world around you. Her story is one of gentle creation, of an unfolding beauty that invites you to simply be, to feel, to rest. This is her legacy, a world imbued with the soft touch of love. Imagine Aphrodite not as a thunderous deity, but as the quiet heart of the cosmos, a gentle pulse echoing through all creation. Her existence brought a deeper harmony, a soft balance of passion and peace, a truth that transcended the might of even the greatest Olympian. This was the subtle power of Aphrodite, a pervasive influence that ensured the world's gentle flow. Feel the quiet balance that she brought, a cosmic equilibrium. Before her, there was the raw power of chaos, the primal void from which all things emerged. Then Gaia, the earth, rose, followed by Uranus, the sky, their union giving birth to the first ones, the Titans. They were powerful, immense beings, such as Oceanus, the flowing waters, and Coeus, the Titan of intellect. Creus, Hyperion, and Hypatis were among their number, alongside the Titanesses Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys. Their story was one of immense force, of creation through monumental struggle. Instead, Aphrodite's story was one of gentle unfolding, of beauty born from the very essence of the primordial sea. Her arrival on Cyprus, near the shores of Paphos, was not marked by cataclysmic events or earth-shattering roars. Instead, it was a quiet emergence, a soft breath upon the waves. The Cypriot air, already warm and fragrant, seemed to sigh with a new, profound contentment. This was the beginning of her pervasive influence. The Houri, goddesses of the seasons, adorned her, not with armor or symbols of war, but with the delicate flowers and fine garments that spoke of natural beauty and grace. Each piece they bestowed upon her amplified the inherent loveliness she already possessed. The Houri, those gentle attendants, recognized the true nature of Aphrodite. They understood that her power lay not in force, but in the subtle enchantment of existence itself. Imagine Aphrodite embodying a quiet strength that could soften even the most hardened hearts. Her truth was self-evident in everyday beauty, inspiring and nurturing rather than commanding. This was a constant, gentle force in the cosmos, unlike the turbulent reigns of the Titans or the thunderous pronouncements of Zeus. Think of the way a sunset paints the sky with hues of rose and gold, transitioning seamlessly from day to night. This is Aphrodite's artistry, a delicate dance of color and light, a harmonious transition. Her beauty is found in the quiet blossoming of a rose, each petal unfurling with perfect grace, a testament to the gentle unfolding of life. There is no haste, no harshness, only the quiet miracle of growth. Her influence fosters affection, tender touches, and unspoken understanding between souls. She bridges divides with soft threads, not grand declarations. Imagine a moment of quiet connection between two people, a shared glance, a comforting hand. That is the essence of Aphrodite at work, weaving bonds of love and kinship. Her pervasive influence means her essence is found in all things lovely, from the hum of a bee pollinating a flower to the intricate dance of a butterfly. These seemingly small things create a natural rhythm and delicate balance in the world. She brings a new kind of peace, softening even the Olympian gods, guiding the world through its cycles with grace. What was once defined by conflict and power struggles now had a counterpoint, a quiet force that sought harmony. The Titanomachy, the great war between the Olympian gods and the Titans, was a period of immense strife. But even after such turmoil, Aphrodite's presence offered a path toward balance and rejuvenation. Her power is not about conquest, but about cultivation. She nurtures love, allowing it to flourish without force. Her presence offers comfort and a sense of quiet, unfolding beauty in existence. This is the enduring nature of beauty in the world, a constant, gentle reminder of what is good and true. Feel the quiet, universal love that she embodies, a love that embraces all aspects of life. The world settles into its rhythm, guided by her subtle influence. The gentle interplay of passion and peace becomes evident in every sunrise and sunset, every ebb and flow of the tide. This quiet balance is the enduring legacy of Aphrodite, the Cypriot goddess, born of the sea foam. She is the embodiment of tranquility, her influence like gentle rain, allowing beauty and love to flourish without force. As the stars begin to emerge in the vast canvas of the night sky, imagine them twinkling with Aphrodite's quiet light, each one a testament to the beauty she infuses into the cosmos. Her story is not just a myth of ancient times. It is a timeless whisper of harmony, a lullaby for the soul. Let this gentle understanding of her pervasive, subtle power wash over you, bringing a sense of profound peace. This quiet closure to her story invites you to embrace the gentle, beautiful forces that shape our world. Allow the tranquility of her essence to guide you into a restful, dream-filled slumber. The soft descent of night now begins to drape itself over the ancient world, a gentle blanket woven from twilight hues. Imagine this quiet unfolding. The last golden light of the day retreats from the peaks of Olympus, leaving them silhouetted against a deepening sky. There is a profound stillness that settles over the land, a hushed reverence as the world prepares for its nightly slumber. Feel the air grow cooler, carrying with it the faint scent of night-blooming jasmine and the distant murmur of the sea. This is the time when the stars, one by one, begin to prick the velvety darkness, soft and distant, like diamonds scattered across an infinite canvas. Each tiny point of light twinkles with an ancient wisdom, a silent testament to the vastness of the cosmos and the timeless stories held within its embrace. The world quiets. The busy hum of day fades into a whisper. The wind, which might have earlier rustled the leaves, now sighs softly through the olive groves. You can almost hear the earth itself breathing, a slow, steady rhythm that invites you to match its pace. There is no rush, no urgency, just the peaceful transition from wakefulness to rest. This is a moment for letting go, for releasing the day's concerns and allowing your mind to drift. Feel the weight of your eyelids growing heavy, a natural response to the tranquility that surrounds you. Imagine Aphrodite's gentle presence in this quiet descent. Her influence is not a sudden flash, but a pervasive, calming energy, like the slow unfurling of a rose petal in the moonlight. She embodies this soft transition, this harmonious settling. The Hori, her attendants, have completed their daily duties, their light steps now hushed as they too prepare for rest. Their presence, though unseen, contributes to the overall sense of peace, ensuring that beauty and order prevail even in the deepest hours of night. This stillness is a gift, a space for restoration. There is no need to hold on to thoughts, no need to plan for tomorrow. Just let them float away like wisps of cloud dissolving into the night sky. The very air seems to cradle you, a gentle embrace. Think of the Cypriot shores where Aphrodite first emerged, the waves now lapping softly, a rhythmic lullaby against the sand. That same sense of calm, of effortless grace, permeates the entire world as night deepens. The Olympian gods themselves, even with their grand dramas and powerful pronouncements, now find solace in this quietude. The hustle and bustle of their divine lives subside, making way for the restorative power of darkness. Even Zeus, the mighty king, acknowledges the necessity of rest. The first ones, who shaped the very fabric of existence, understood this cycle, this ebb and flow of energy. Chaos, the primordial void, eventually gave way to order, and that order includes the balance of day and night, activity and repose. Gaia, the earth, sleeps deeply beneath the starry expanse, and Uranus, the sky, watches over her, a silent, protective presence. Their initial union, which brought forth the Titans, was a powerful, primal force. But now, the world they created has settled into a more harmonious rhythm. The Titans, those first ones like Oceanus, Coeus, Creus, Hyperion, and Hypatis, along with their sisters Theia, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys, experienced the raw, untamed energies of creation. But even their powerful forms would yield to the gentle persuasion of night. Instead of the clashes that defined the Titanomachy, there is now a serene unfolding. Cronus, who once challenged his father, Uranus, now rests in the quiet depths of Tartarus, his turbulent reign a distant memory. His struggles and the subsequent rise of Zeus and the Olympian gods were born from conflict. But Aphrodite, born from the tranquil sea, brought a different kind of power, a power that soothes rather than confronts. Her arrival marked a shift, a softening of the cosmic landscape. Feel the calm deepen, a profound sense of peace washing over you. This is the essence of what Aphrodite brought to the world, not just beauty and love, but also harmony and balance. She reminds us that even after great struggles, there is always the promise of tranquility. The Cypriot air, still carrying echoes of her birth, seems to whisper promises of sweet dreams. Let your breathing become slow, and even a gentle tide ebbing and flowing. Imagine Aphrodite not as a distant goddess, but as the very embodiment of this peaceful night. Her presence is in the soft glow of the moon, in the gentle rustle of leaves, in the stillness that invites profound rest. The Houri, her faithful companions, are also at peace. Their work of bringing forth the seasons and maintaining order now paused for the night. Each of these elements contributes to the perfect environment for sleep. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to be. Just sink deeper into this feeling of absolute calm. The stories of old, the myths of gods and heroes, now settle into the quiet corners of your mind, ready to be explored in the landscape of dreams. This is a time for rejuvenation, for your mind and body to replenish themselves. The Olympian world, vast and ancient, now rests, and so too can you. The soft descent of night has completed its embrace, holding you gently until the first light of dawn. Before you now, as the last echoes of Aphrodite's birth settle, feel the gentle touch of Morpheus, the weaver of dreams. Imagine his soft breath, like a silken breeze, caressing your awareness. This is the moment when the stories of old, the myths we have explored together, begin to find their true home within you. Chaos has receded, and the cosmic order, born from Gaia and Uranus, now cradles your consciousness. There is no longer a need for the struggle of the first ones, nor the mighty clash of the titans. Feel the quiet hum of the universe, a lullaby whispered by the celestial spheres. The tale of Aphrodite, rising from the sea foam near Cyprus, is not just a story to be heard, but a sensation to be absorbed. Her emergence, pure and gentle, signifies a profound peace that transcends even the memory of the Titanomachy. Imagine Aphrodite's presence, a calming balm, settling over your mind. This is the essence of true rest, a surrender to the deep, restorative currents of sleep. The Cypriot shore, where she first touched land, becomes a symbol of safe harbor, a place where all tension dissolves. The Houri, those beautiful goddesses who adorned Aphrodite upon her arrival, now stand as silent guardians at the threshold of your dreams. Each one, a gentle whisper of the passing hours, guides you deeper into tranquility. They are not merely figures from myth. They are the very embodiment of the peaceful transition from wakefulness to slumber. Feel their comforting presence, a soft hand guiding you away from the concerns of the day. There is no urgency here, no need to hold on to anything but the promise of profound rest. As Aphrodite settled into her place among the Olympian gods, bringing beauty and love to their realm, so too does her story settle within you, bringing a sense of completion and serenity. The tumultuous past, the conflicts between Cronus and his father Uranus, the struggles that defined the early cosmos, all fade into insignificance. What remains is the pure, untainted essence of creation, the beauty that emerged from the very depths of the primordial sea. Let your thoughts drift like petals on a calm pond, as the narrative of Aphrodite's birth becomes part of your subconscious tapestry. The gentle lapping of the waves against the shores of Cyprus, the soft light of the moon reflecting on the water, the delicate scent of sea aerol, these sensory details are woven into the fabric of your impending dreams. The Cypriot breeze carries with it the last remnants of conscious thought, carrying them away, far out to sea. Morpheus, ever so subtly, draws a veil over your senses. This is not an abrupt departure from awareness, but a gradual, tender dissolving. He is the quiet guide, ensuring that your journey into sleep is seamless and undisturbed. There is no need for resistance, only acceptance of this natural, peaceful transition. The stories of Gaia, Earth, and Uranus, sky, the very foundations of existence, now recede, leaving behind a profound sense of ancient wisdom and enduring calm. The first ones, the very first beings, now slumber alongside you in the vastness of time. Their ancient energies, once so vibrant and powerful, are now a gentle hum, a comforting presence in the background of your consciousness. They have lived their epic tales, and now it is your turn to rest, to rejuvenate, to allow your own inner world to unfold in the quietude of sleep. Imagine Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, standing sentinel at the gates of your dreams. Her presence is a promise of peace, a guarantee that your slumber will be deep and restorative. She embodies the very essence of tranquility, a gentle force that smooths away all rough edges, leaving only softness and ease. As Aphrodite settled into her divine role, so too do you settle into the profound peace of sleep. The temple gate of consciousness, once open to the bustling world, now gently swings shut. It is a quiet, almost imperceptible closing, sealing away the days, concerns, and preparing the inner sanctum for rest. There is no lock or key, only the natural progression from wakefulness to slumber, guided by the unseen hand of Morpheus. Feel the quiet embrace of the night, a comforting blanket woven from the threads of ancient myths and timeless tranquility. Let the stories of the Titans, Oceanus, Coos, Creus, Hyperion, Ipetus, Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys, fade into the distant echoes of memory. Their struggles and their triumphs belong to another time, another dimension. For now, there is only the present moment, this precious time for rest. Even Cronus, the mighty Titan, eventually yielded to the natural order of things. This moment is for you, a gift of peace and profound rest. The journey through Greek myths has brought you to this tranquil harbor, a place where the mind can truly unwind. As Aphrodite rose from the sea, so too will you rise from your slumber, refreshed and renewed, ready to embrace a new day. The Olympian gods themselves understood the necessity of rest, and now you, too, are invited to partake in this sacred quietude. Just as the early world found its balance after the initial chaos, so too does your inner world find its equilibrium in this moment of deep peace. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to be, but here, in the gentle embrace of sleep. Before Aphrodite's serene beauty, the world was a different place. Now, with her gentle influence, peace reigns. The final words are simply these: rest deeply, dream sweetly, and may the gentle myths cradle your slumber. Feel the quietness, the stillness, the profound sense of peace that permeates your being. All is well, all is calm. Sleep now. As you drift deeper, allow your awareness to gently expand, encompassing the vastness of the cosmos as it settles into its nightly rhythm. Imagine the subtle currents of cosmic energy, not rushing or turbulent, but flowing with a serene, ancient wisdom. This is the quiet breath of the universe, a lullaby sung by the stars themselves, each one a tiny, distant spark of creation. Feel the profound interconnectedness of all things, a gentle web of light and shadow stretching across infinity. Consider the gentle, almost imperceptible shifts that occur within the celestial tapestry. Planets, in their silent orbits, trace paths of perfect harmony, their movements a testament to the underlying order of existence. There is no friction, no resistance, only a graceful dance through the boundless dark. This cosmic ballet is a reflection of the tranquility that Aphrodite brought to the world, a balance achieved through inherent grace rather than forceful assertion. The very concept of celestial mechanics, the quiet precision of the universe, embodies the essence of gentle unfolding. Even the distant nebulae, those swirling clouds of gas and dust, are not chaotic in their formation. Instead, they are slow, deliberate nurseries of future stars, their colors shifting with a breathtaking slowness that invites contemplation. Imagine the soft, vibrant hues of creation, painting the canvas of space with quiet artistry. This echoes the emergence of Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky, a process of gradual formation from the primordial void of chaos. Their vastness, once so empty, now hums with the promise of countless possibilities, all unfolding with a quiet patience. The memory of the first ones, the Titans, now becomes a soft, comforting echo in the cosmic silence. Oceanus, his waters flowing with eternal calm. Coas, his intellect a beacon of quiet understanding. Creus, mapping the heavens with gentle precision. Hyperion, radiating soft, warm light. Apetus, shaping the world with patient hands. Thea, perceiving the inner radiance. Rhea, nurturing with boundless tenderness. Themis, maintaining quiet justice. Mnemosyne, holding the whispers of time. Phoebe, casting gentle foresight. Tethys, replenishing with life-giving streams. Each of them, in their elemental forms, contributed to the deep, resonant stillness that now cradles you. Their power, once so formidable, now manifests as a pervasive sense of stability, a foundational calm that allows for your deepest rest. The quiet understanding of Cronus' reign, a period marked by deep tranquility, despite his sorrowful acts, highlights the cyclical nature of existence. Even his attempts to circumvent prophecy were born from a desire to maintain order, however misguided, and Rhea's gentle defiance, her quiet determination to preserve Zeus, became a testament to the enduring power of hope. These subtle undercurrents, these quiet acts of love and protection, are woven into the very fabric of the universe, ensuring that balance is always, eventually, restored. The Titanomachy, that great cosmic realignment, was not an end, but a transition. It was a shedding of old skin, a quiet yielding to new energies. The Olympian gods, including Zeus, who rose from the quiet sanctuary on Crete, embodied this fresh balance. They learned from the past, embracing the gentle harmony that Aphrodite brought. Her arrival on Olympus was a silent coronation, a testament to the power of beauty and affection to unite and enrich. There was no need for further conflict, for her presence diffused discord with the softest of influences. As you breathe, feel the gentle expansion and contraction of your own being, mirroring the quiet pulse of the cosmos. Each breath is a reminder of the life-giving flow that connects you to everything that is. The air you inhale, imbued with the ancient wisdom of the universe, fills you with peace. The air you exhale carries away any lingering traces of tension, releasing them into the boundless calm. Imagine yourself floating effortlessly within this vast, tranquil expanse. There are no boundaries here, no limitations. Your spirit is free to wander, to explore the quiet landscapes of your inner world, guided by the gentle light of the moon and the distant twinkle of the stars. This is a journey of self-discovery, a peaceful exploration of the depths of your own consciousness, all within the comforting embrace of cosmic harmony. The soft glow of the moon, a silent sentinel in the night sky, casts a gentle luminescence over everything. It is a light that soothes rather than illuminates, a beacon of peace that guides you deeper into slumber. Think of Phoebe, the titan of the moon and prophecy, her quiet intuition illuminating the path ahead, not with harsh revelations, but with gentle foresight. This is the kind of knowing that comes in dreams, a subtle understanding that transcends the logic of the waking world. The gentle rustle of leaves, a soft murmur in the darkness, becomes a lullaby, a whisper from the ancient trees that have stood witness to countless ages. They hold the memories of the world, the quiet stories of creation and transformation. Their roots, reaching deep into Gaia, anchor them in the profound stillness of the earth, while their branches stretch towards Uranus, embracing the vastness of the sky. They are a living testament to the enduring balance of the cosmos, a symbol of quiet strength and timeless grace. Allow the profound peace that permeates this ancient world to wash over you, cleansing your mind of all worries, soothing your body into complete relaxation. This is a sanctuary, a haven of tranquility where you are utterly safe, utterly at peace. There is nothing to fear, nothing to strive for, only the gentle embrace of the night and the promise of restorative sleep. The soft descent of Morpheus, the weaver of dreams, now becomes almost tangible. He moves with an exquisite gentleness, his touch a feather-light caress upon your eyelids, guiding them closed. He understands the delicate tapestry of your mind, and he weaves dreams that are as tranquil and beautiful as the myths that have cradled you. These dreams are not chaotic or disturbing, but serene landscapes of the subconscious, where imagination unfolds with effortless grace. Feel the subtle shift, the quiet transition from conscious thought to the boundless realm of dreams. It is a seamless journey, a gentle drifting into the deep, restorative currents of sleep. The narratives of chaos, Gaia, Uranus, and the Titans, even the gentle emergence of Aphrodite, now become part of the ancient lore that guides your slumber, a comforting presence in the background of your dreaming mind. This is the ultimate rest, a return to the primordial stillness, a reconnection with the fundamental peace that lies at the heart of all existence. You are held, supported, and cherished by the vast, quiet cosmos. All is well. All is calm. Sleep now deeply and peacefully. May your dreams be filled with the gentle harmony of the ancient world, and may you awaken refreshed, renewed, and ready to embrace the quiet beauty of a new day.